bino your constitution no ema ye ho kwan say we are citizen na say ohun se nipa no we bu mmara so ana we di dwuma bia enko yi a obetuma atwera koma president no na president na ahwehwem president hwehwem na so ohun se nipa no edifo a president no ho kwan say obema sa akrata na akọ council of the state for no no so dey ama another committee a ye beyi nipa ahodo bi mo matena so apensen mu se nipa no sebio the petitioner no ana nipa no dey asem koto president nim no or wonjina so a o say president making sure say sa nipa no so we bu emra so nko ade a se emra na ye kenkan no we bu so a o say sa nipa no ye pam no intenda nwumbre petitioner koto kufu na so efa chief justice ho no me be kenkan ne brofum na madwudwam ni nyina ewo asante kasem ana twi kasem ana kase bi a wa wote ase a me hu se twi kasa na mechanic kese no se na be ye nyina ebeti ase se na be ya ochena no nipa bi entumi enkotena radio so TV so enko kansem bi nto John Mahama so enko kansem into NDC so asem we esiwe Kufuor preso me no ka say Nana Dankwa Kufuor one na ye president in the next 24 hours obetumi take a decision so sansem we nyina here into we will take the time we have time a 19-page petition. We will take our time to read every single page of the petition. Send your beya Ghana for Ebehuno Kreno. We didn't the cabinet called Bedu Taylor. Show way your friend with all due respect extended version. You're the free United States of America. And yeah, they bro, my team no, they are on standby to make sure say no Kreno yina one saka. Into my YouTuber, thank you very much for tuning in. And I will share my Facebook, any TV swap. Good evening to every single person, especially good evening to my father, Okaka being under the 10th and the birthday. Today is my father's birthday. And then birthday. So okay, I was supposed to do the needful today. I was somewhere. So definitely I'll call you before you go to bed. And see, and my papa birthday. Okaka being under the 10th. Or then the paramount chief of Abra Asebu Kwaman Kese traditional area. Umpeo, he's a paramount chief. It's my father's birthday, and it's very, very important that I put this out for people to see. Say, my father's birthday is a big deal to me. My mom's birthday is a big deal to me, but today I'm celebrating my father, Albert Gabi Taylor, aka Nana Ayedan Ando, the 10th Okakabin. He is the paramount chief of Abra Asebu Kwaman Kese traditional area. He's my father. It's his birthday today. We'll get in touch. My puppy knows the deal so it's not a big deal, and I know he's watching me tonight. I would like to say thank you very much for being a dad. You have been there for us. You have done your best as a father. You have represented us. You have given us what we needed to get, the level of education you wanted to give us. You gave us, and you have protected us till this point. And we, myself, my brothers and sisters all around the world, we just want to say we really appreciate you, and we will show we will also show our my brain went dead. We will show our appreciation, our very much appreciation from today, and we have shown it all this while, but we will make it bigger. So you hear from me, my brothers and sisters. I know they are happy to see you alive, and it's very, very important. You being alive is a very, very important thing to us as Ghanaians, and especially to me, myself, my brothers, and my sisters. My father is called Okakabing Ando the 10th, Nana Ayedan Ando the 10th, or no any the paramount chief of Abra Asebu Kwaman Kese traditional area. So if you mankesim now call a ye oboasia on say ofa a ye mankesim inside na so amfa a ye ebia a ye nyamran sam kwanta on say obaba betu ekuru kesi bi ho ye fe no a ye fante a ye nyankomase aha eno no ohene no wo no e me ofa ye fe no a ye kwebu ewusi ha fante nyankomase na ehɔ no ufiri hɔ a oku enim kakra betachara kuro kakra na akopie ayeldo aha nti ufiri nyankomase ahinkuro dominance ufiri ayeldo ufiri mankesimu ba oba beto dominance yes dominance na dominance hine no or paramount chief or ye me wofa ba akopɛ ye fe no eye kwebu ewusi obi ani kwebu ewusi the well known kwebu ewusi one of the brightest ahemfo mo Ghana ono ene ye oman hene ewo dominance ahinkuro na ufri dominance na ubedru apiate dominance apiate da I know infantino dem ye dominance apiate dominance abiate abiate dominance ono ne the paramount chief into ufri mo for crew mo na okwo enim kakra me kire omase me kire omase in the be obeti ase bibia me free bibia na masado wakwa awona ma kire bibia ma me free into free mankesima na udu apiate dominance abiate dominance ho na kwebu ewusi oyeme wo fa prakope my only uncle very 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 important to me ono so na ye o man hene wo ho ufiri ho a na wakwa kodru ayeldo inkuro bi to so a lot of villages there and so odru ayeldo city ho enam papa eye oman wo ho ekro kese pa esoche tahiru tumu esoche tumu mikrom esoche tahiru krom kakakapa into be na eye okakaben ando untu duru abo break na buta say oman hene dan we or left we dan kakaka ha ho na papa wo enti ende end birthday ufi wa na akwakusi eye tetin kwanta opa right na konyankoma ase na wo call bo ase. That is how it works. Me fantini me ma meso ya new free denu and we do a bit chichi macho. So today is my father's birthday. I really appreciate this, and it's one of those beautiful days when you are alive to see this. As a young man or a woman, you should be very appreciative. I really appreciate this day. I wish to say, okay. No. So happy birthday to Okakaben Ando. I'll get in touch. Thank you very much. Now, wine and around the world. Na mention the echo. Christopher Kojo Soglenu is live on YouTube watching me tonight. Thank you very much, Christopher. Priscilla Cook is also live here. I can see Ellen Sikodu live on YouTube this evening. Thank you very much, Ellen. On Facebook, good luck watching me tonight. Thank you very much. Good luck. Good evening to Nenena. Also on Facebook, Nenena is also is on YouTube, and also good luck is on Facebook. Simon NJY is also live on Facebook. Mahindra Mahama is live on Facebook. Also, Muna Lavia is live on Facebook. Good luck is back again. AJ Morgan is live on Facebook. On YouTube, I can see Atu Komodi watching me tonight. Thank you very much, Atu. And Ken Chili is also live on Facebook. Tom Corti is live on Facebook. On YouTube, on Facebook, I can see Prince Adams watching me this evening. Mabel is live here. Raina Yakubu is also live on Loud Silence TV. Every single person watching me, I really appreciate you guys. Mwamu jamming na mwamu feeling me na mwamu problem. Mwamu feeling dem yami nipa mwamu jamming dem mwamu problem. Yenko bibi ya yejinim. Yebeji jemu ama Ghana for nyina ehunu kreno. You are still live on Loud Silence TV. My name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor. My producers are called the Ghost Team. They are on standby. They will give me all the necessary documents to show to you. Team, should I enter a little bit of social media and then my father just texted me. Thank you very much, Kapo, my son. I really appreciate you. My father just texted me. And easy. My father just texted me. He's watching me. Jack. My father texted me. My father texted already. So it's very important. Team, should I do a little bit of social media slot, or we should go straight and take care of business? We have lots and lots of things to do today. We have lots and lots of readings to do. Be assured, says so many people are ready to listen to petition. No, the womb, no Matthias here. That's the new journalism we are introducing to Ghana now. So, team, I think we should just go straight and read what is in the petition. After that, it's a time we can do a little bit of social media segment and then end today's show. I'll be doing a lot of reading. My mentor said, to me, I can position this laptop somewhere around here, because the reading will be a lot. My mentor, what I can do. I need to move a few things around on this platform. And you bring now, ma ubia ente the air konase. Yepese ubia the air. So yeah, let me first start with this theme. All right. My team, my mama, green light and say I can go ahead and do the petition. The ready and no be anti ase. Into mama shemi nyina fra o ma me ne fra o auntie ne fra o papa ne kan say that na se Kevin so obekin kan petition bi aba menkotie radio bi mo bi ndada o. Omo be kan caption natural. Omo wi a no kure na wo mu no omo kan kire. Kevin Taylor say obenya abotre aken kan petition no de wo mu nyina ma Ghana fo ate ase. Be kan ne brofo kakra na medwudwam. Be kan ne brofo kakra na medwudwam. Ene de brofo. Aboatwe. Ene de brofo, ene de bedwe. Inti brofo no ye kan na ebuma mamumfu brofo aye nyina ekusia aye arish kontomre. Ba ye kan na enya ne fine so na omje nya abotre na yesi yekọ edim. Inti we ebe brofo gwa, but me kan brofo na ma kire mu otwi. Me kan brofo na ma kire mu akankasem. Se ne ba ye ma amenom ye papa no obi abeti ase na obi mfa ase bi nkoto John Mahama so very very important. Inti ansa na ye be kono obi anum nso kakra aboatwe.
Yo! We are best fishermen. No, no answer mine. I watch it. You will for Belgium Pet. It was a Belgium Pet. It was two Belgium Pet. Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Super why round what? It wo fufu abajun kwan e wa beti abajun kwan e wo du abajun kwan e wo mi kwa abajun kwan wa yo yel wa drangwa 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 yebi papa no obo ne de moto 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 wa drangwa wa yo yel wa drangwa original ewo kufa bajo kwat ewa beti bajo kwat when
my dem kramba hey madam for sofu bi sofu pa sofu kese pa Ghana wa text me aboatwe original sofu sofu madam for sofu panyini omunyina mu ni na se katindra na oka ho Zaza foro mi body dia munyina mahu na se katindra na oka ho wa text me si aboatwe original sofu Ghana sofu me mamu idea kiti obehu sofu kro sofu no ohwe bi shoro no ka jam se sofu no mi body this is yaro national cathedral oka ho aboatwe enyo no start here no ono sofu na text me sharp aboatwe original sofu na text me bi wo sofu we ewura de Ghana pa wasa the original sofu we me body di me see Ghana sofu mo ya stubborn movie all right mommy anya Ghana adwuma na yekọ edim na budi asofo we chia sofu no kana sha cathedral no ono wo hweso no oti aboatwe text me aboatwe original sofu all right what there me ko kam me san ma ko body din me nyampo ma me ko benim all right now sofu me konkre bia sofu we pa munim no me say unim me ehun me wonam fo pedifo bebre o Ghana from court to ahemfo to there sofu we obi anim no Ghana me na me ka kire obi anim no are you famous national cathedral o ka ho ono text me say aboatwe original there me yare say or the original so there is sofu here all right now yes Paul zuwu say me ka say Paul any 24 no o say mu hu no tips wewu politics ekuno Paul Boma me fangina na de be kan bro funtima me no bro tea kakra we tea no ye e de na abobo information aboko Boma me num we no kakra na me de ginema sofu no we tea no am se kebitila oba na o de bottle bia ba we na wom we tea we and oboa original aboache all right now let's take our business Boma ye nimbre now yes, sorry, and then you bring the breaking news and say the Chief Justice, President Akufo-Addo petitioned to remove Chief Justice from office. Obi a petition another than Akufo-Addo, Professor Kweku Asare, guide ni professor, or the petitioner command another than Akufo-Addo. Na petition no, or see ye Chief Justice in free. If you say Chief Justice, wabo brabia sabra no etia Ghana sebio yemra ebo sebio oman ho bra. Ye constitutional ene emra ebo judiciary sebio omo a omubuo nsema Chief Justice eda no ewo de Ghana no na nsem na abranti atwako Akufo-Addo say Ghana man ho kwan ena Ghana constitution man ho kwan say se yetu yensa anase yeyi obi president tu obi se ondi dwuma bi ema Ghana na nipa no wa misconduct no ho anase dwuma de na wedi no wan di no kwan a also di so no obumra so a Ghana for as citizens, you're right to see a president say, Nipa we die, Sebio, Nyoma weni na waya, say a Juma demand and we bugana mraso ebuim tia. Emma, Embrana webusinti, a yasen Nipanabetsna in office. Samukaya, time and another Danko Akufo-Addo eba office in 2017. Anche, ena Emrantie bi, Etro Krata Koma Akufo-Addo say, Madam Charlotte say oye the EC boss no. Sebio Ghana emranoma Ghana for to me say omuntra krata embra president no mo fama to nanim say sebio nipa your friend Madam Charlotte say no sebio time na oye EC boss no nyoma bi wo ha oye ya amfa kwemu na etiamra intina na dodan kwekufuado enhwe saa nyoma no ngina so na onfa saa nsem no enkyere Council of State no the check Council of State wi a ombie committee na committee no agitum say Charlotte say conducting hu ya o se etwe na so saa emra no ena na dodan kwekufuado edi so mampanyini a odi yi Charlotte say efri Electoral Commission ene obi atchro petition de akwa na dodan kwekufuado odan ho the same president na krata na ochro no ochro de epo ana point ana inginaso enyina hye mu kire kufuado se wenti ena ende me ka kire wo se Madam Tokonu no pamono as the Chief Justice of Ghana. Now mama yanko kan krata no de ewom se de baya ochina kwase bi embetena wuntumi TV jimifuo bi an ho kanka bi embetena Peace FM sebio political goat bi embetena bebi embetum futuro ngumani we dwumade a yedi ede ayeden ama Ghana for ehu nokura a yede kekere man. Now krata no mebie so ha if you say edosi ye 19 pages. So I will take my time and read the 19 pages to Ghana for. Now krata no ofa krata fa ede nim the first page. Hey and there. Obianya ready na yebedwum 19 pages ye pon ane apon. Now, Ushe Krata so Omatro 17 December 2024. In fact, this is a public document. Okwa Bontinia ewo obia ubetumi akan. 17 December 2024. Now, Mr. President office no omo receive sa krata we Ghana time 4:33 p.m. Reception no nipa na oje krata no ne number edaso 0244194142 ono ena sebio or reception ha krata no kosi ni so ni dindi Joseph Kobena Wuba ono ena je krata no sign ye ka say yaje ye de akoma president inti si ana me no ka say sa petition no eda na nado dan kwekufu the table so na krata na nkasa o kan a de ewo mu nie brofo ni nie me wi ana medwudwam nipa sebio o petition na nado dan kwekufu ana NPP aban we no nipa ye frɛ no I'm in picture nto so ye frɛ no Mr. Anasa Professor Stephen Kweku Asare onie oye Ghana ni mapa oye professor oye Ghana ni osachira de America ote Ghana sati America watro krata we oye Ghana ni mbra ema no ho kwan se ono so ede na no asem ene ngina so a owo ede betu ekufu ade nim se ontu ho anamo nti abrantie ana papa yi a ye friend Professor Stephen Kweku Asare ono ene chro krata we ede koma na na adodankwa ekufu ado o se yendi hu dwuma efri se na Chief Justice Madam Tokonu abobra bia brano eni se otena office se Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Now mama menko krata dim na mdwum ahanko na obehu sa de we uhu bi obebi abiem Omo amaka nyina omo read caption akire no motwa wotro eni ntina mse nya abotre me na wo kan brofo na madwudwam. All right team. And somebody is drawing my attention to something. The petition was written on the 17th, but the person who received the petition received it on the 16th. So the petition was received before it was written. But we will deal with that matter. Let's look at what is in the petition. The petition was written on the 17th of December 2024. But Nipana or receive a petition or Jubilee House no date is 16th of December 2024. So it means somebody is being diabolic in the Jubilee House. From what we are seeing on the petition, that means the petition was received before it was written. But we will get to that part. We will break it down. Thank you very much, team. Now, petition again, on 17 December 2024, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Jubilee House, Accra, dear Mr. President, petition for the removal of the Honorable Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Her Ladyship Gertrude Saki Tokonu, CJ, pursuant to the provisions of Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Assemblitino and I say caption no anani tipo ne chere say or say sa krata or trabre a krata ojina Ghana the constitution so de achre Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Ghana nyina say mbra no hye ne keten say sebio the constitution aka no sa petition anase asem obetu anim no ogina Ghana constitution so na ode chro sa krata na bre Akufo-Addo enti anya say ne pe wahwe constitution no wahwe mbra no na ogina so de achro krata no de ama the Ghana say Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ontu ho anamon. Sorry guys, I beg you, don't distract me. I'm not talking to my team. People calling my phone. Introduction petition page 1 or say, I, Professor Stephen Kwaku Asare, a citizen of the Republic of Ghana, respectfully submit this petition to Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, seeking the removal of Her Ladyship Gertrude Sakitokonu, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, on grounds of, or say, or no, your friend, yes, Stephen Kwaku Asare, or Ghana ni mapano, or Trakrata way Eddie Brennan Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo say, Chief Justice Nana Chief Justice Madam Tokonuno, was say, or Pamono. Na injina so a ojina sunie. Or say 1 stated misbehavior and incompetence. Or say nyama mienu na ojina so e de aka kire na Dankwa Akufo-Addo say e was say Chief Justice no ya pamono. O pamono enime ya na nyama mienu no say Chief Justice no sebio eba den. Eba bibia ye frɛ no den ni amoho nsɛm ni misbehavior omumra omunipa sebio de opɛ ɛne yɛ kasa incompetence udi dwuma ma na ontumi ndi dwuma no sebio nyansa ye didi dwuma ɛma yehu sɛ we de ye de nyansa pɔ ɛne di dwuma ɛma dwuma egina ne naso no ɔse ye ka bibi te sɛ incompetence sebio oni saa nyansa kadeɛ na yetumi di dwuma ɛma dwuma esipi incompetence and also they stated misbehavior or say ɔwɔ ahomasoɔ ɛne ne su ɛne ne ban bia sebio ɔde ibu mmraso. Inti nyoma mienu ena ojina so ede aka che Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo say on pam Chief Justice no na answer na ostalo dinka ka say constitution ne ma ne ho kwan say de ye ne na no te say Charlotte say time no ye betumi so aye ne ya into o state ye article a ojina so ede atro krata we ede ama Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ene ye article 146 of the 1992 constitution into our ho kwan say obetro krata we ama Akufo-Addo. Now point 2 or say the legal basis of my petition is Article 1461 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. For the avoidance of doubt, my petition focuses on stated misbehavior and incompetence related to the Chief Justice's administrative functions as head of the judiciary responsible for its supervision and administration under Article 1254 of the Constitution. Or say, adikudientia or jina so the ojina so edia kache Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo say on pam Chief Justice Madam Tokonuno say Ghana Constitution no baby say oye Chief Justice ana oye nipa say bio constitution ama ho kwan say di dwuma bi na wendi a constitution so esa ewo emra bi a ekire say wendi odwuma ye se ne etia o say gina sa constitution so esa yi uto akonwa nti eno na ogina so e de aka che Akufo-Addo say ompam osono ma me sorry ompam Madam Tokonu a oye Chief Justice. Also, my petition does not arise from the Chief Justice's exercise of her judicial functions. Accordingly, the petition does not challenge any decisions, orders, or directive issued by the Chief Justice in the performance of her duties as a Justice of the Supreme Court, including those made to enforce judgments, decrees, or others in cases she has adjudicated. I fully understand, respect, and value the importance of decisional independence. Or see, Mr. President, Krata Ochramao no Sebio Enfa asama Chief Justice atna so edi or say ene de enfa ho or say obu Ghana mra obu eye edwuma omedi no court eye Supreme Court any court aka or say sa the petition or tree enye case bi a Chief Justice any Supreme Court judges bi tena so and say Chief Justice na tena so e na oka ho asem eno de Sebio ohuni say eye edwuma wo so di na eye petitioner ochro no eye nyoma mienu Odinka ase ana aka ho asem ene na ogina so intimema Mr. President wa adwene nya wo say atemkuruwa ana say judgment bi a Chief Justice ajage wa asem bi so ankoye ana say bi a webu asem bi asebio na eni ne kwan so say enye anu nti ena ochro say yenyi Chief Justice emfree de the position as the Chief Justice of Ghana. Okon enim no say and point 4 or say it is my understanding that upon the receipt of this petition, Your Excellency shall, acting in consultation with the Council of State, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices, Supreme Court, one of whom shall appoint as chairman, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers. See Article 146 of the Constitution. Also, petition Mr. President, you know, Mrano. So, petition will become on side. Dear also, we because Ghana Mrano say the petition say between Sema, you were Mrebia also with this. Sebio Article 1466, and then a chere also we into on Saka petition we no. Mrano edaho. Into the mrano so na yanhwe seni asem we no ebeko na all can say mrano ne say so on second petition na one they also we say first of all I was say we den ofa judge for mienu a sebio omo Supreme Court sisi a obete committee ana nipakuo bi a omo no behwehwe asem we mu no na constitution no kire e article 46:6 say I was say ofa 2 Supreme Court judges e was sa committee no so no now ena I see 2 justices. Sorry. 2 Supreme Court justices includes those made to enforce judgment, decrees, or orders in case. No, let me go here. 2 Supreme Court judges, one whom you shall appoint as a chairman. I see, Mr. President, Imbranicha say, I will say. Supreme Court, Obeti Committee, Mama Hasemwima. Also, we judges menu free Supreme Court. I was Bako and a chairman of a Sa Committee, no, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State. Into also Council of State in one. So Imraniche say Council of State in Article 146 nature say. And this we nipa bia every Council of State in also ukoyi nipa. Bemian Sefri Abontinia, Omuni Council of State in Mukra, into 2 judges from the Supreme Court, Bako, and also a chairman of the committee. And I was say Osaka for Nipa Miensa, Omon Council of State for one home. And I also a yadiang Omonka Nipa Ukofa Nipa Miensa Bekanwa, Sani Panenisa Omoka Parliament, Enisa Sebio Omuye lawyers, Enisa Sebio Omuye Council of State members. I was say only Pebi independent. They are not supposed to be Council of State members. They are not supposed to be lawyers. They are not supposed to be they are not supposed to be members of Parliament. You just have to take 2 Supreme Court judges, make one the chairman, and go out there and pick 2 or 3 people who are independent-minded to be part of that committee to sit on the Chief Justice Assembly. So, now, it is my further understanding that the committee shall inquire into the petition and recommend to you whether the Chief Justice ought to be removed from office on the grounds maintained in this petition. I affirm my understanding that all proceedings herein shall be held in camera, and the Chief Justice is entitled to be heard in her defense by herself or by a lawyer or other expert of her choice. Or say, ebe kono say senya ye ko enim no e wo se e de asem we no u make sure say ubetumi ede eye petition we ebema committee na ebeye 2 judges from the Supreme Court, Bakuba chairman, Nanipa be Miensa, Omufri Bontina, Omufri Parliament, Emfree, Omunya lawyers, Omunya State Council of State members. Sanipa be Naya Nenumno, and also the petition way Edema Omo. Now see, Mr. President, ebe fe. Say asem no yebe nyina yebe hwe no TV so na Ghana ni bia ehun say ye nka asem entu Chief Justice so intinka ebeye say nka Mr. President say asem ne mu beda ho kroje ne de anka Chief Justice na nka sa obepene a o say nka asem we ye nyina yetena camera mu na Ghana fo nyina hwe bi na yetoto na no na yehun say eye petition we engina so wo mu ana say engina so nim ndwidwemu no e na o kirechire mu no na okọ point 6. It is therefore my understanding that Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency, shall act in accordance with the recommendations of the committee. That is C Article 1469 to 1466 to 9. Or say, Mr. President, says our petition we no sebio ube make sure say Eya committee no anyone kasa mwedi mraso because Ghana mrano emradawa sebio ehye wo president any sa committee ni say omo beye den omo di asem wechi emiako edi asem no krogen sene tie. Now afei na obekire the background the original so edi atro sa petition we the original so ensem a original so nti o Chief Justice Madam Tokonu enise oye Chief Justice of Ghana. Eno na yesi amebeki dwem achiro. Into obi say papa ya tro letter come Akufo-Addo say ompam Chief Justice. Edien pa na Chief Justice aye. Edien ngina so na o gina so aka kire Akufo-Addo say onti committee na yempam Chief Justice because we di abro. Why nyome bia sebio ye constitution anase mbra ebo Ghana ho ban esabo judiciary no ban no we tietia so anase we mu mbra no. Now I feel over the original so actual petition we any friend of background. Now background. I say request for the appointment of 5 justices of appeal to the Supreme Court. I say Adebakwa Chief Justice here na etiamra e wo se gina so e de pamono e mane ko tenefima sebi oni pa bi be na nan ne say Madam Tokonu a oye Chief Justice of Ghana oye say onu ankasa de ne pe ebe appointi judge fo num bra Ghana mra no etia into o say ingina so ne ba ko edi nkan ne say Madam Tokonu oye Chief Justice no o de onu ane pe appointee now person appointed judge for num eco Supreme Court. Now in by a letter dated 30th May 2024, the Honorable Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana formally wrote to Your Excellency, specifically requesting the appointment of the following 5 judges of the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court of Ghana. Or say 30th May. May da 30th May 2024 afiwe mu no Madam Tokonu chro letter bre wo na Danko Akufo-Addo ena letter na o chro bre wo no or the judge for enum omo ye appeals court judges for enum the bre wo say sankofo no make sure say obema sankofo no abewura Supreme Court na judge for enum Madam Tokonu petitioner na asem o kan no Kwesi Kweku Azar asem o kan say 30th May this year no Madam Tokonu share that secret letter the come Akufo-Addo say oh judge for numu we dey ye fast the for Bobra Supreme Court itiamra article 146 to 9 no 1466 to 9 no itia o say sa judge for 9 no mo ye appeals court judges yi omunie 81 petitioner and say Kweku Azar and Mr. Kweku Azar no wa kire wabo date into a very important date womb. Now, judge for 9 anomaly appeals court judge nominee. His Lordship Justice Edward Amwakwa Santi J.A. Her Ladyship Justice Angelina Mensah Homia. His Lordship Justice Eric Balfour. Her Ladyship Justice Syria Pamela C.A. Kranting J.A. Her Ladyship Justice Efia Asariboche J.A. Also, sa judge for a numwe secretly. Madam Tokonu extra letter come Akufo-Addo say on make sure say obe present your mama parliament me de omode abahin Supreme Court. Ghana mrano eyade tia. Chief Justice enkoshe kukuo mu ntro letter nkoma president say president nipa numwe for mobra Supreme Court. No. Into say we bi ni nyoma ogina so. Now time Chief Justice extra sa krata ni koma President Akufo-Addo say onfo koti kwan bi so na onfo sa judge for enum wei embra Supreme Court emma no ono ana dwene mu no ochro note bi to so nyoma bi a ochro ka ho a kire say e wo say Akufo-Addo emma sa judge for wei kwan se bi ono na pese omoba Supreme Court. Commenter Chief Justice Electoral fa judge for bi e wo sa letter no ni regarding His Lordship Edward Amwakwa Sante judge ba kwa na efre no Edward Amwakwa Sante no Chief Justice Tokonu cho letter no dey say no trofa no ho o say Justice Asante's term of office at the ECOWAS court ended on 31st July 2022. He was requested to remain at post on account of the withdrawal of Mali, Guinea, and Burkina Faso from the community. His current tenure is expected to end in 2026 or earlier when he is expected to return to Ghana's judiciary. Now, letter no Chief Justice Electoral say His Lordship has provided. The letter goes on to say that, Osachro say, His Lordship has provided excellent leadership as president of the ECOWAS court and will undoubtedly be an invaluable asset on the Supreme Court of Ghana. Chief Justice Charles Sakratano secret letter come Akufo-Addo say, judge your friend Edward Amwakwa Santino. And the kudientia on the Chief Justice instructed on Akufo-Addo come with boom. See and Supreme Court and say, Sir Judge no our ECOWAS court. Now, Madam Tokonu say, oh, sa judge ni de, mi amini pano no, Waya dear say wa born home modern say meaning the pass oba na oba Ghana Supreme Court oba be di dwuma aboaye. And then a letter him into say sign your way a Chief Justice Troye will let him know and a Chief Justice na Buapayo Nini Daho and all selected the Black Star players through the president to come to the Supreme Court. Or say regarding his lordship, Justice Eric Balfour and their leadership Angelina Mensah Homea, Syria Pamela Quarantine, and Ifua Saribochi. However, her leadership, the Chief Justice wrote that day, or see, judges for an Canadian, Mukai Jacheba for. Jacheba for no catcher me or the warrant at Thomas forever and ever. Mukai, aha. Or then your friend Jacheba for Yaniko appeals court. Or no, or can Chief Justice say by force, or person of a Council at the Supreme Court. Inti Jacheba for now can a judge for a numino. First one, they know a ECOWAS court judge. Or can want some show the reason to for the Fanembra Supreme Court. Now, for na cano, letter na Madam Tokonu secretly no. This is what she said about the 4 judges left. Or say, all these 4 judges, and I quote, are currently working as judges of the Court of Appeal. Their work has been distinguished by outstanding services, courage, and competence. End of quote. The grave nature of the Chief Justice's role in requesting the appointment of the said justices to the Supreme Court became evident when subsequently social media published another letter dated 7 February 2024 from the Chief Justice to Your Excellency. Inti Judge 44 now can the Chief Justice letter no such my good for say, oh, when we dey why we nim yanko for omo bom ho modin ye inti hwem Justice Cheba for ordinary warrant to Kevin Taylor sono into Sanko for Makano, making sure some in letter we no din shim into a protocol list and a Chief Justice Kotonu. I also oye neutral no or kutani protocol lister or there come a kufu to say for Mobra Supreme Court. Mr. P. Yeah, okay, so that's the letter, right? Okay, me team this for letter and before we move forward. This is the letter now. The petitioner is talking about in the petition. My letter and na yen twaso send beya obi abehu sasama ye kano enye atro na yedi ediato Chief Justice Tokonuso. So this is the letter. Letter when an Chief Justice etro koma ekufuado a petitioner kweku asari chechiri mu achi ekufuado say we etiamra. Into your letter now, His Excellency Nana Dankwe Kufuado, Osha top one, Honorable Chief Justice, date shower 30th May 2024. Meaning the petitioner Kweku Asareno, what date date no letter no say Chief Justice Madam Tokonu no. Since letter we ba abontin, Madam Tokonu ba abontin kaka say enyo no the secret letter we are or the protocol list comma Ekufuado say Omo Mumbra Supreme Court. This is the letter. Osha, His Excellency Nana Dankwe Kufuado, President of the Republic of Ghana, blah, 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 Your Excellency, proposal for appointment of 5 judges to the Supreme Court. Chief Justice Natural letter we come Kufuado. It was intercepted. It was published on social media. The basis in tia or Chief Justice. Na odi protocol list ko akope ni pebe obetuma ye dwuma bia ma no e Supreme Court e na ye che no. You can see the Chief Justice, the protocol list in the secret letter he wrote to Eddie Nana Dankwe Kufuado. I write to respectfully request that the following judges be appointed to the Supreme Court. This was a request. The Chief Justice, Catcher President said, Momumbra Supreme Court. This is dangerous. You have a protocol list in the Supreme Court and to become a Supreme Court judge. But the Chief Justice, Madam Tokonu, did that. And it's a petition and now watch your letter come for say I was some many a pamano because when you do this you have committed a crime. And the Constitution states it clearly. Article 1466 Article 1466 to 9, no, it is clearly say you cannot use that your position to influence positions to the Supreme Court. Clearly no our reason and basis in tia what your letter come ekufuado say pam Madam Tokonu letter nini, that's the evidence. Now mommy and back to the petition. Send a Ghana for ebe to me who said the ekosono eni. Now petition uko enima. Or see, even on the 7th of February 2024, 7th February 2024, is captioned brief on the need for the minimum number of 20 judges on Ghana's Supreme Court bench. In the said letter, the Chief Justice stated that almost say, a year 7th February 2024, yeah. The Chief Justice, Madam Tokonu, sat another letter. A letter of such a Kufuado, no, or stating reasons in tia, and what say or no, and making sure say a year judges almost Supreme Court, no, you move on 20. It's the reason tia, now, yeah, a year ne protocol list to say, a Kufuado Domina Babane say, now or no, or per se, or move Ghana Supreme Court judges, no, to a year 20, or per se, year 20. America. Kakrakei, the Supreme Court judges year 9. And so Madam Tokonu, any Kufuado atrom ho letter. Emma omo ye plan say, e will say ye day, ye move your Supreme Court no, judges no numbers no, echo 20. Now tie. Letter na a year, Madam Tokonu Chokome Kufuado no, on the 7th of February 2024 no. Mr. S. Okay, so letter so me team media, but I will show you that letter. On February 7th, I will Chokoma a year Kufuado no. I will show you the letter before I read. Letter Nini. Thank you, Mr. P. Thank you, Mr. S. Thank you for bringing in this letter. Now, me team is 7 letter. This is the letter Otrono on the 7th of February. Or Sakache Kufuado. First letter the 30th May. Or catch 2022 no. Odinka Kache Kufuado say on for 5 judges wimra. And at 2024 7th February no. Or some reasons in tia. Also a person or move judges no to 20. Now this is the letter. Otroye on the 7th of February 2024. Na or insist to say or per se or movie judges no 20 where ye Madam Tokonu ne terminal report na me read actually no. Honorable Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, 7th February 2024. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Office of the President, Jubilee House, Ituusha Letana Madam Tokonu Chokome Kufuado na brief on the need for a minimum number of 20 judges on Ghana's Supreme Court bench. Into Otro Kome Kufuado say after all the protocol list of 5 commanders on former Supreme Court no appeals court judges no or Saba 2024 be man reasons in tra or person also expanded judges almost Supreme Court to 20. Now this is the letter. I'll say respectfully I write in reference to our previous discussion on the Chief Justice's proposal for an increase in the number of justices of the Supreme Court of Ghana. Kindly find attached a paper justifying the need for the request. Thank you very much. Madam Tokonu, Nidine Shasiano, into Chief Justice Nankasana Chokome Kufuado, say, the reason there's a need for a Ghana judges now Supreme Court, no, or no, after bringing 5 protocol lists, no, from appeals court, no, or sa insist to say, or say, my judges no could do 20. Yanko in Yanko kind petition in the womb. Into petitioner, no, he was telling you evidence enye busremuka or show evidence any embra Chief Justice Tokonu ebuso. Now, no point 13. Or say the above quotation suggests that there has been a previous discussion on the subject between Chief Justice and the President. In this already letter na medical na quotation or any caption it say Chief Justice ne Ekufuado didn't plan. Now they wanted to make it official. Into petition and say so already letter ni here only say President Ekufuado ne Madam Tokonu trase and I'm planning say the protocol list of 5 Madam Tokonu de bebrelo now wa pass omo de omo Supreme Court owia now wa side krataba injina so a opese obie judges ni more ye 20 Supreme Court until they had planned it. And a petition and say so already documentations na following na say Kufuado ne Madam Tokonu no omo trans no plan say the protocol list be Supreme Court omo wi no say be judges to 20. Now petition and call him no say point 14 of concern to your petitioner is the fact that both letters, one proposing an increase in the minimum number of justices on the Supreme Court of Ghana and other requesting 5 specific judges to be appointed to the Supreme Court, were written on the letterhead of the Chief Justice and clearly expressed itself as the Chief Justice's personal request on the matter. The letter did not refer to any consultation or involvement of the Judicial Council, of which the Chief Justice is a member and within whose constitutional mandate it lies to deal with matters relating to the appointment of justices of the Supreme Court. Or see, petitioner say, "Usha letter Mirina Chief Justice Exp0sed and another Dankwe Kufuado." Let me put it on the screen. Usha these 2 letters are Madam Tokonu Echokoma and another Dan Kwekufuado na. You can see clearly say the letters were coming from the office of the Chief Justice. Now, the money who say you be a for the Judicial Council. Judicial Council no embrasho mo say ye pese ye appoint a judge phobia at the Supreme Court. E was say Judicial Council no netrase. Na omo yem pensemu ehwe mu mra edwindwene ho eti ase say we die a good decision and I say a good decision. Judge we qualify and so qualify. Petition and natural petition no kweku azaka chekufuado say. Uje 2 letters na Madam Tokodu Chirobra first one say Sebio or the 5 protocol list or Nwangasa hand-picked judges. And the second one or Troya or say the reason why into a person obey judges now was Supreme Court to 20 no. Usha letter ni mienua letter head if you on Nwangasa office. There is nowhere in the letter as cited says she consulted the General Legal Counsel. And I say she consulted what we call where's the name? The Judicial Council. There's nothing on this letter, sir. Say the Chief Justice consulted the Judicial Council. It means to say that decision was solely taken by the Chief Justice herself, which is against Imra. So the Chief Justice is now Mugabe. The Chief Justice is now an authoritarian. The Chief Justice is now running the Supreme Court or the judicial service and the judicial system as her own property because she's sending letters to the Jubilee House with her letterhead. And in the letter, she did not state anywhere that she had consulted the Judicial Council on this matter. So clearly, the Chief Justice has breached the law. She is basically being an autocratic leader. She is misbehaving. That's amount to misbehavior, and it's countermount to the sacking of the Chief Justice. This is the petitioner's reason. Until Nanado Dankwe Kufuado or say Opam Madam Tokonu, and he's not just stating the things. He's using facts. He's using articles. He's using the Constitution and making the president understand to say, Emrana Bogana Hombane say, I was Chief Justice taking say steps way. So when taking steps way, and nobody is supposed to allow her to be as to be there as the Chief Justice of Ghana. Now, Yanko point 15. Point 15 in the petition. Team, are we good? Thank you, team. Thank you. We do live production. When I need something, the team will pull it. So that's how it works. Now, when you go to point 15 in the petitioner, page 3 out of 19. Hey, Asamoah. Point 15 say, your petitioner is further concerned by the reference to an earlier discussion between the Chief Justice and Your Excellency the President on the proposal to increase the number of justices on the Supreme Court. Your petitioner also notes that the question of minimum number of justices on the Supreme Court is settled by Article 1281 of the Constitution, which provides that the Supreme Court, and I quote, the Supreme Court shall consist of the Chief Justice and not less than 9 other justices of the Supreme Court, end of quote. Or C, petitioner say, say Nanado Dankwe Kufuado wunim se emrada ho say your Supreme Court nanka said ye I say a Chief Justice any 9 judges can homani 10 and I was at the same time inti day na Chief Justice Madam Tokonu a onum Ghana mra nyina no etimi letter bra ka kire say or pese or expand it adia Constitution ye ketin. These are entrenched laws. Constitution ye say I was say a Supreme Court no at every given time or say judges 10 or Chief Justice plus 9 judges. Now, you, the president, who is a lawyer, a so-called lawyer, who knows the law, so Chief Justice actually let us say, Edia bro, say, even though she knows the Constitution states this emphatically that you cannot exceed 10. No? Why did you, at the end of the day, not raise any concern into the petitioner now or letter come say a shocking? The president does not respect the Constitution and the Chief Justice does not respect the Constitution because it has been stated in the Constitution. So Article 1281 say at a given time no you have 10 judges at the Supreme Court. Chief Justice plus 9. In the Chief Justice to let a president to say, Mr. President, me 20. It means somebody is taking advantage of the Constitution. Somebody is abusing their office. It's either you, the president, or the Chief Justice. Now, the Chief Justice has to go because the petition is directed at the Chief Justice. Now, let's go to point 16. Ghana for obiati. This is how it's going to be done from today. Sani ebeno yede no kre na ebobo Ghana ho ban. Se ne be ya obi ntumi nko twist insembia enkoka insembia ntu obiaso. 2016. The plain meaning of Article 1281 is that the minimum number of justices for the Supreme Court is 10. Thus, an amendment of the Constitution is the lawful way to change the minimum, not by a private discussion or communication between the Chief Justice and the President. It is Parliament that has the power to amend the Constitution, Article 289 of the 1992 Constitution. Into petition and catch Mr. Kufuado. Ghana Mrana Che says, "Sa part of the Constitution, Article 1281 of the Constitution, I say, it was say at any time we be yet Supreme Court, no judges all include the Chief Justice yet 10 no. It is only amendment. Yakasa amendment. Sa part of the Constitution 128.1 no. It was say ye sacrum ye di and saka any of an amendment. Ye sasha ni biem say bet dane kakra. So far amendment be ambaye. And at the end of the day, say some run required and Sabeka, I can say judges 10 or more Supreme Court, I was say in the 20 I was see this a day, and Mrano echo do parliament, not parliament at deliberate near to Swaba and Sunny Ajat to say, you per se you expanded the number of judges at the Supreme Court. But Social Lieutenant Chief Justice Chokoma Ikufuadana, it is looking like they have ignored the procedure and process. And it is beginning to look like a personal vendetta, a personal agenda. A Chief Justice Kufuado are conniving behind the scenes to slaughter the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Into the petition, I say, what he is seeing, and he say, you, the President and the Chief Justice, you have connived because from the correspondence, from the letter, no, the Chief Justice is basically flouting the laws. She's going against the Constitution of the Republic. Chief Justice now, or the Supreme Court, or interpreting Constitution, she is basically doing what? Fucking the Constitution. She is basically murdering the Constitution. Or Danny who say I am interpreting it. Or Danny who say then she is murdering it. And then a petitioner, Asareka say, Nana Danko Kufuado, what we are seeing, it is looking like Chief Justice on the Alpha Ghana judiciary more personal property. Now, point 17. Further, your petitioner has reliable information that a meeting of the Judicial Council held on 14 June 2024, the Chief Justice expressed her desire to increase the number of Supreme Court justices, whereupon the Council advised her ladyship to pursue broader consultation with other institutions on the matter, especially the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Or say, Mr. President, petitioner said, Mr. President, the Chief Justice at a meeting a course between the Chief Justice and the Judicial Council on the 14th of June 2024 was stated date. Chief Justice echo meeting as no crazy say, oh, me perceive me increases the number of people on the Supreme Court bench. And the Judicial Council focus the Chief Justice. Sa same way, and yet easy sa because constitutional a barrier a jinaso. Ain't in Kebeya and Chief Justice. Ye ending can consult Ghana for yina. Yen consult Parliament. Ni any Parliament in Tenassi pense send ye beya ye bet me to sana more way and so Chief Justice NTA. I'll see meeting also on the 14th of June 2024. Meaning at that meeting, the Judicial Council told her that if she solely take that decision, it is against the law. So she knew that the intent was to commit a crime. From what the petitioner is saying, Chief Justice had an advice from the Judicial Council telling her that do not even think about it. But the Chief Justice, upon all the advice she was given, in this point, we will say the legal advisors of the Chief Justice was the Judicial Council, but she ignored their legal advice and decided to take her own decision. And no enema who said she flouted the law and became an autocrat and decided to subdue the Constitution to benefit herself by selecting 5 individuals she thinks are her boys and girls that can work with her. And also, her herself decided to expand the number of judges on the Supreme Court bench. It is dangerous. It means the Chief Justice has stabbed the Constitution in the heart. And as a person, personally, she wants to run the Supreme Court like her own business. On the 14th of June, Judicial Council for catch and say, hey, idea we're dangerous. We need broader consultation. And even after the broader consultation, I was said you call Parliament, any Parliament, and some person will be President. But Chief Justice told them they should go fuck themselves. She knows what she's doing. And it's na petition and say, let us a sound to say, when the president and the chief justice modin komo we chire and a more plan. Petition point 18. Point 18. The petitioner, the Ochema, the Kudientia was a chief justice, a Pamano Enie. That's what again? Which one is this? Okay, so my team is a constitution in Chiramo. Article now the petitioner the Supreme Court. How many judges is supposed to have at a given time? We need to make sure the facts are stated on the show. Now, so Kokan Ghana, chapter 11, the judiciary. This is what it says about the number of judges are also at the Supreme Court. And so, the petitioner has a case. Now, 128.1 na petitioner estate the petition or say constitution say the Supreme Court shall consist of the Chief Justice and not less than 9 other justices of the Supreme Court. In the Constitution, it makes it clear, and Chief Justice Kotonu, who is supposed to interpret the Constitution, knows this. Even at a meeting where the Judicial Council advised her that do not do this without broader consultation and also consulting Parliament, she still flouted the law, went against the law, and decided to go behind the scenes to work this thing out with the Kufuor to bring their shortlisted judges to the Supreme Court. The petitioner is telling you, say, Emra ewoho Chief Justice abokro no enie inti yengina so ne pamono. Let's go back to the Constitution. Thank you very much, team. Now let's go back to the Constitution. Hey, let's go back to the petition. Petition point 18, page 3 out of 19. Hey, asemeba debi. At the said council meeting, the Chief Justice did not disclose the fact that her desire to increase the number of Supreme Court judges had been the subject of a previous discussion and communication with His Excellency. This fact became evident only after a letter dated 7 February 2024 from the Chief Justice to Your Excellency appeared on social media. It follows from these facts that the Council had no knowledge of her involvement in the attempt to increase the minimum number of justices beyond the constitutional specified number. The petitioner say, even meeting the course, Judicial Council for nimu po say time na muti meeting na say kasa asem na Chief Justice Krampo din catch letter come president until say letter no Krampo ba abontene into Chief Justice no otutu anoma e na odekọ kire Judicial Council for say otutu anoma no wie no say anoma ba enie na oyo mo krokro de John Abraham ka also consult you first no we didn't get taking the decision wie ansa na obetutu anoma ho achom say oh anoma we bola bed na say antrohwe because she had already connive with the president behind the scenes. Because I will check the date of the letters now. Those days clearly say the Chief Justice had already written to the president before even meeting the Judicial Council in June 14, 2024. Meaning on February 2nd now or church and a letter no the previous one in 2022 no. That means that before we got to June no, not Chief Justice didn't catch a letter come Kufuor. And send out to Anuma who catch the Judicial Council say, oh, me person can expanded the judges. Chief Justice had already broken the law. She's already broken the law. We boom run so that and what Oba making sure say Judicial Council at the end of the day will be part of the law she has broken. Because you see, she needed an accomplice. The Chief Justice knew because I know she knows the law. That is why she's at the Supreme Court. She needed an accomplice to help her in law and also in investigation. FBB alibi. The Chief Justice needed an alibi. She needed somebody that their words will sync with her word to protect her later when she's caught. So she used the Judicial Council as an alibi. Senebeya same way back. Chief Justice Becker said, oh, I was at the meeting, so I already told them. But the letters and the date on the letters actually exposed the Chief Justice. Said she actually took that decision before meeting the Judicial Council. So she had already committed a crime. But it was an afterthought that, okay, my committed crime anyway. Let me now implicate the Judicial Council. Senebeya, I cannot be sidelined or isolated and punished. So that meeting, she went and basically threw in that suggestion. She had already taken a decision, and the evidence is in the letter. Now, page 19. Article 128 clearly states the Chief Justice must go, and this is the petition to the read. Number 20. The Constitution requires the President to act on the advice of the Council in consultation with the Council of State when nominating Supreme Court judges for parliamentary approval. The Chief Justice's elaborate scheme of requesting the President to appoint specific judges and later presenting these names for the Council approval subverts the constitutional scheme and converts both the Council and the President into rubber stamping her preferred judges. As it turned out, the scheme was fortuitously undone by the Council's concern about the timing of the nomination. Now, when the petition is being considered at any stage, members of the Judicial Council will be subpoenaed to testify on the matter. Petitioner say be judges for fra, and I say be judges at Supreme Court. The Constitution requires the President to act on the advice of the Council. I was a president in every Council of State because me person the judges for be adding Echo Supreme Court. Na mo na mo Council of State. Mombra na mo ne member fa ho adwene. Nipa num mo mo saying, mo adwene mo saying, ansa na owia na sa eye de sa eye nominees na Supreme President be or the akọ Parliament. Or the court parliament not parliament for also avert or vert we are answer approve and send a job to some Supreme Court. But this is the case whereby the Chief Justice, at the end of the day, she basically decided to put together a plan that will cut out this process, a plan that will be between just her and the President, because she just wanted the President to say yes and then they'll move the people to the Supreme Court. Abra, the Chief Justice is supposed to follow the due process, because when you take out due process, everything becomes corrupt. That is why due process, normally, when you are doing things and you take out due process, whatever you do, that process becomes corrupt, because the due process will do what? Will refine the journey, will refine whatever you are trying to get. In this opposite, we go that. So I could bobo bana or sabu bana or the for processing and son I could do baby a friend way gold. You just pick a rock, it's an ore. There's nothing in there but to say way me to my tongue. You need to grind bobano or crash bobana. Now the coffee machine, na machine na yam no mana coffee to say powder. Or we are no shanke. O shanke and uchasu ya and son about the now was I good so no say chimu and son the murder to what the murder to and son you go in the pay. It is a we ignore our process now. So gold no worth $2 million I to worth a 20 Ghana because the due process, when you skip the process, that thing does not become valuable. And that is what the Chief Justice did. She cut out the due process to benefit herself and also the President. In the end, a petitioner can't talk to us say, oh, Sir Chief Master President, mo pese Ghana for nyina hu nokure wo ma e was say omo wari Judicial Council no e was say a petition omo na say a subpoena omo e was say court show omo no omo ba committee de nimbeji tum say Chief Justice yes sir na say wanye sir. I think the petitioner is trying to also give the Chief Justice some room to basically clear herself. Say Judicial Council for no ye subpoena omo na omo ba court na omo be ditra ye nyina nim say u ditra under a subpoena, you know what will happen. Into a petitioner, Mr. President. So Chief Justice said, "Asaba ye keke nyina eboa. Ye betima subpoena a Judicial Council say letter we about the ben meeting we omo ye na ben and correspondence lecture saying or say he's open." The Chief Justice Madam Tokonu was say oba na oba church nsemu. Point 21. Oh see, Obita Kevin does galamsey because of the way he's breaking it down. Say if you boy say be a galamsey boy. Point 21 said the Chief Justice's request for the appointment of the aforementioned judges to the Supreme Court was done in brazen violation of the constitutional rules for the appointment of justices of the Supreme Court, amounted to abuse of her office, and was done without fair and or reasonable criteria. Into a say 21, the Chief Justice I didn't say Makachi Chief Justice was abusing the office. Adio ye need the hon wodi bone into enono kyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ pamona na yi ne to akonwa. Point 22, the Chief Justice request for the appointment of the point 23. Petitioner Trobi point 23 or say the Chief Justice, as the head of the judiciary, must understand that she has no direct role in recommending individuals for appointment or promotion to the Supreme Court. If the Chief Justice makes recommendations for the promotion or appointment to the Supreme Court, it strongly indicates either a shocking lack of understanding or utter disregard for the constitutional process and established promotion procedures. Further, the Chief Justice ought to know that she cannot have a side deal with the President to raise the minimum number of judicial or justices to the Supreme Court. sidestepping the minimum that is specified by the Constitution. Petitioner and say, Mr. President, say Chief Justice no say or take a decision. Now no one can recommend nipa. Now the Bravo President say, Mr. President, Masanko for Imbra Supreme Court. Etiam Mrado Kondo. In fact, sir, Emrana Chief Justice FR so I recommend it. Nipa Edia Bro, say obe promote yomo, say obe di ombeba Supreme Court, say obe momu eye di endibrebiano. Ghana Mrano chre, especially say Chief Justice any President kasa say or perse or expanding the number of judges omoti Supreme Court bench in this one. Abra when use due process now it means to say the Chief Justice herself no neni daho and we bugana mraso because it's stated in the Constitution say you cannot do that. Article 128(1) clearly states it. Say you cannot by yourself behind the scenes with the president promote or nominate people without using due process. Into petition and say sign your way says a Chief Justice not to mra we boom mraso. Say Ghana your maya your person mra juma or some madam tokonu your pamono. Now ukwa your friend B arbitrary reconstitution of panels and transfer of judges. Because you say on my point o jinaso ediaka the Chief Justice and yen to akunya. First one I kind of and your friend request for appointment of 5 justices of the appeals court to the Supreme Court. And who in some no wakano reason dia bakono no. Now waba another reason tia also a pam madam tokonu and so reason here arbitrary reconstitution of panels and transfer of justices. Or say Chief Justice then to me at the judge phobi or nankasa di trim onim raso now asesa judge phobi egu panel bi so watikuo bi na nankasa mu di dwuma bi or say eno so ka ho tell say madam tokonu ye yi ne to akonwa na mom yan kan de wa ase 24. There have been reported incidents of Chief Justice's direct interference with duly constituted panels with no explanation or public interest reasons for so doing. We consider the reconstitution of panels to be beyond the Chief Justice's administrative power and amount to direct interference with the impartiality and independence of duly constituted judicial panels. Almost say, petitioner say, you may be so close to Supreme Court. Chief Justice to be change judges anyhow. Sebio, or you're the Chief Justice. Now you to me the nipa mi ansakotena appeals court case bi so. Ade to me chano pa no asesa omo without even going through the process. I was here. Chief Justice ade bibia hye nsa. Obi to me kotena case so oh ade achi aye kotena case so endu ahomachefo ne a friend say on free case so ebi wo kwa to me the phone calls e ka chom say case no menko ho o chena obi abehya wanan. Or say saa nyoma ni nyina kire say Chief Justice no or abusing the office and the evidence are there. Now, Oko 25, the Chief Justice's constitutional and or legal authority to constitute and reconstitute panels for the hearing of cases must be guided by the constitutional and common law principles which regulate the exercise of such power. And so is the power to transfer judges and other officials of the services. In the Chief Justice, even though ordinary Chief Justice, Supreme Court of Ghana, I was say Odim Rabiso. Say about transfer of judges, and I say the judge phobia assembly so or so unifree so, and I nipa bi so mutena case judge phobia so or mutena appeals court case bi so I was say odim raso say oya Chief Justice then kire say obetuma tena fie atamfo na free judge or phone so say case we free so no, it does not work like that. It has to go through a process. But Chief Justice no consistently no omo will say sa nyoma no onye otumi body sirem no agasa asime free case we so we nkodo obo a odware no pa odum say case on net so ondu court we say o Chief Justice afre say wo de wutumi tena case no obi mbra and their evidence or the aka the petition no approve say or some madam tokonu ya pamono. Now when you go to point 26, the fundamental inability to distinguish between the exercise of her administrative power and interference with the panel's judicial work confirms her incompetence quite apart from the dangers that it poses to the integrity and independence of the judiciary. Inability to understand or perform the duties of an office inadequately constitutes incompetence. Inti osi adikudientia okacha president to say the two things are original say and from Chief Justice are back where incompetence and say so but I had a lapses in her work. How she's not able to make sure say due process is followed, and also how to make sure that administratively conduct or conducting the judicial affairs in our courts, the inconsistencies and the unprofessional attitude of her, it amount to incompetence, workflow, and judicial service, into when say Chief Justice Madam Tokono is incompetent. Sebio oni sa nyansa ho kana obetumi di Ghana Supreme Court enim make sure say Supreme Court any court ehye na se nyina no omo die dwuma amana die esi totin into ogina sade o chaka Mr. President say upon nyoma we state no sa nyoma we nyina chere Chief Justice Madam Tokono oye incompetent. Juma dia odi no wabe selfish, wabe arrogant, wabe somebody who has become an autocrat in a democratic dispensation. And the petitioner said, no, Mr. President, Sama way petition way just I will say a pamono. I will say a unit to akunya. Point 28. The Constitution. Now, point 27. It is my contention that reconstitution of judicial panel is the ultimate way to interfere with or control the impartiality and independence of a panel's judicial work, guaranteed by Article 1272 and 1913 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, 1992 Constitution. Petitioner is Mr. President. Only the Ghana branch and NPP say Chief Justice started in Sakaka judge for. Any judge for the case so reshuffle more, move more without going through due process. The say might be a friend of crow, crowing, fair trial. Said the dear some soko pepe yasona obiade na koma pakofie or say the moment I Chief Justice or done than the judges or turn them ekasa we nkwa ha no ema asema sebi we say e was say no kure na ntumi nya no kure if we say ade abechim yakodi asem na yenim say judge we na atena asem we so 6 years and 6 months and 2 years na ade abechim yebeko court na ade kyen na judgment beba na ekasa assistant judge we ye the judge we abeto so na it means say judge foforo na ye de ba no na ye bia ya man agenda bi say ombeye. Because the judge now otuna case in this one for all these years or months, so on one 8 case in adentina sa judge and to me any day incomplete case a typical example is the UNIDEK case. Opuni a case at a point they delay the case to make sure say UNIDEK will get to a retirement. Send a bear move to me another judge who will be dancing to the song of the Jubilee House. And there are so many cases at a point Edru say a judgment tibeduno near you judge in Obusa the Chief Justice, she does not give any reason because there are some people who think say they can run the Ghana judiciary the way they want. But petitioner say society is here. Emma peyo any impartiality any say the idea some crojeno embaso if you say a basada na in seminar wo court na say nipa bi and a sebio omo edino amana eden akọ omo side no when is the Chief Justice attitude sa nyoma na edeba enu na ogina so say yempam Madam Tokono. It's basically abuse of power. Now, point 28. The Constitution is clear that no person, including the President, Parliament, and the Chief Justice, shall interfere with judges or judicial officers or other persons exercising judicial power in the exercise of their judicial functions. That is in Article 1272. Thus, the reconstitution under the guise of exercising administrative power is a glaring abuse of her office and a fundamental misunderstanding of the boundaries of the Chief Justice's administrative authority. The abuse of her administrative power to interfere with panel's judicial functions meets the threshold of stated misbehavior. Inti enena obon the top say the Chief Justice say ya ordering in psychic judges we kwa ha ade be chine be ma final judgment or to free we measure or say sad no at the end of the day what it does is say so kokan Ghana articles no and as a constitution article 1272 no clearly say judge be ana Chief Justice sana what she is basically doing in the say she is not exercising her duties well. What she will use an argument to say what she's doing in the say yeah the juma, but in the process of doing that she's abusing her office. It say a thin line between magic and miracle. So when you're very clever, you will not understand magic and miracle. Magic for a short period. Miracle is everlasting. But Obia Weji say magic is miracle. That is why Obetumi are abusing office. No, but Obeka says she's exercising her duties. But in the process, when you look at the detailing, you could see say she is abusing the office, and what we call justice. She is not helping justice to be meted on the people. What she's doing is she's interfering in the people who are supposed to sit on cases, know the merit of the case, and pronounce legitimate judgment. She is interfering in those judgments, taking away justice from the people. The petitioner is saying, say, article in the Ghana's constitution, say Chief Justice be or boom ranoso or near the constitution or tietia, she's abusing her office. Basically, that's what the petitioner is saying. Now, the petitioner Emma instances are a man assembly and osteti the opuni trial and I'm a kind of Mr. Asari Ekache Mr. Kufuor say examples of what Chief Justice Aya actually say or interfere in reconstitution and the panels on cases, or see that's one of the specific examples, Opuni case, or see the ongoing case involving Mr. Opuni, the Republic versus Stephen Kwabena Opuni, Seydou Agongo Agriculture Ghana Limited, is a glaring example of the Chief Justice's abusing his administrative powers to reconstitute a duly constituted Supreme Court panel that is seized of matter on the judicial side. In this case, Justice Hunyuga, who presided over the matter at the trial level, proceeded on retirement. Now, the trial was reassigned to Justice Kwesi Anochijima, who at that time presided over a division of the High Court in Accra before which the case was placed. The court presided over by Anochijima ruled on April 4, 2023 that the trial should start afresh, that is de novo, considering the need to observe witness demeanor and the fairness concern raised by the defense. This has also been the practice in criminal trials, in contrast to civil trials where the parties had been optioned to adopt the proceedings or start the trial de novo. This common law positions is reiterated in the Republic versus versus High Court, that is Criminal Division, ex parte 7, Kwabena Opuni number, and he put in the motions and all that. Judgment delivered on 24 January 2023. Or see a typical example, Opuni case, Petitioner said, Mr. President, Ubeje say Opuni case, Justice Hunuga, omu delay case na mani bedru the retirement date. Justice Hunuga call retirement and a Chief Justice catch the judge for Friday freno. Kwesi Anochijima say uncle tina case so. Sa judge in betina case na so and a Chief Judge catch a judge and say on restart the case from the beginning from de novo. Meaning their witnesses in betina for over 5 years. Justice study body language, study contradictions, study the inconsistencies in the defense and the criminal the prosecutor. Whether their witnesses and all that, time Justice Hunyuga echo retirement and Chief Justice Kotonu ekache Justice Jima se ko. Now got na case ni so start case ni from afresh. Remember, time na Justice Hunyuga ewo case ni so no na edru baby a ewo so den omuma Opuni bi ni defense na Opuni den ekache Ghana for say this is his case. But side new judge ne ba no case dabi because remember sa case no and attorney general no witness na oye djuma okoko board page no ho court otwa atro Justice Hunyuga ka kire sa witness na wa page no ho say yes I know say you have committed a crime. Remember so court na say usjinsie na say o ka asema insie na wudi no kire say eni say wotwa atro in the Opuni case no attorney general no witness baako edi tro case nim ema Opuni lawyers no ehu atro no ema judge gitum say atro and so Hunyuga ka say or the attorney to or sanko punish nipa no either so be jail no or say that be or train na owie case ni nyina wa be so be jail na. That is against the law. The judge was supposed to take action because the person had sworn not to lie. So in the middle of the case or proceedings you be say what katro e was said na the law says say I was a judge to take immediate action but Hunyuga anye Into after all these things, who you guys or call retirement, or say papa we buy no, and cause papa we in a case so and sa witness from the Attorney General no, nan cause say jail no. And so papa na Chief Justice Toko no den buy no say oh, yen san cause static case meaning the crime that the Attorney General's witness committed during the trial that crime will be quashed away. Next means say bonina odi and yabog bonina tugu. And no ni sa nyoma na the petition I catch you for say. Sa nyoma way and a chese Madam Tokonu ejuma all ya odin in sa keka judge for move things around nim behavior it countermount to incompetence, and also she is basically running the Supreme Court or the judicial services like her own property. Now uko another pointer omeki reconstitution of panel for the hearing of Dr. Opuni's appeal. Also, Opuni case a drew point to be omuye appeal. Emaniko Supreme Court mokai. That was the time now. Attorney General Godfrey Damemo almost started say omuye muskamishes. Now I say these are some of the reasons until I was a Chief Justice Madam Tokonu ye pamono. Now which one is this? All right. Dr. Opuni's legal team, led by lawyer Samuel Kujo, filed an interlocutory appeal at the Supreme Court on July 7, 2023, arguing that the Court of Appeal erred in its judgment. Several months after the appeal was filed, parties appeared before Supreme Court on January 17, 2024 for a hearing. The court, presided over by Justice Mariama Owusu, along with Justice Yauda Kwansari, Emmanuel Yonikulendi, George Kingsley Kumsin, and Henry A. Kofi, ordered the parties to file written submissions. Now, on May 8th, 2024, the Chief Justice controversially reconstituted the panel hearing Dr. Opuni's appeal, presiding over the new panel, which included Justice Mariama Owusu, Henrietta Mensah Bonsu, Yauda Kwansari, and Ernest Gau. Only 2 of the original 5 justices remained. Lawyer Samuel Kujo objected to the new panel, citing Article 1573 of the Constitution, which stipulates that a judge or panel cannot withdraw from a case after hearing argument until judgment is delivered. Or see, the reason why Chief Justice could say a permanent and say, Opuni case, yeah, there was an appeal. Judges are now also appeals so ometie and komubabetie appeal of Opuni case, what happened was at the other time case not Chief Justice Madam Tokonu edi onu ankasa ni tumi e judge ni bi se free so we yi ba mi ense free so anamienu e na odi onu ankasa no judge fo abeshem judge odi onu beka ono ba ko ye NPP ni judge edi ko Supreme Court e be hu se na NPP card bearer member gawu into see sanyoma we Madam Tokonu ye ne clearly say she has become a political judge. She is basically abusing her office by sitting behind what we call administrative and duties. But you can see clearly say she is infiltrating, she is touching the process. She is basically abusing her office by bringing in judges. She thinks that when there's an appeal case, it was said judges in the now, some of the judges are not with cases, so they complain, they say, Embrani clearly say, Chief Justice, you cannot take us off the case. Appeal, because you can only do that after we have heard the appeal and make judgment. But before that was about to happen, Chief Justice Madam Tokonu catch on free case, and overnight, on one of the judges, and no kahu, and clearly, said the Chief Justice. Embrano clearly states say Article 153 say the Chief Justice Constitution say so yes sir why abuse Embrano why they was say you to akonya if you say unya nipa ubumra it petition and say when na original so aka check for say mami we also pamono because the Constitution states it clearly and the facts are there for everyone to see. So at this point petitioner like Mr. President mami we she is not supposed to be the Chief Justice from tomorrow. Now, when you go further, there is another case or cite or catch the petition, the Ablakwa case. Or see, the Chief Justice SI misconducting or the Ablakwa case. Then see a then a tokonu ye, a then Emma a petitioner, Mr. Asari, a general so Madam Tokonu is not fit, and that the Kufuado should fire him. Sorry, fire her. The Ablakwa case, sorry. The Ablakwa case On the 25th June 2024, lawyers for the Honorable Member of Parliament for North Tongu objected to a reconstituted panel of the Court of Appeal. They contended that, to the best of their knowledge, the panel to which the case was assigned are Senior Jamefe, presiding judge, Efia-Sewa Saribotwe, and Acha JJA. They, however, observed that the panel had been reconstituted by the substitution. They, however, observed that the panel had been reconstituted by the substitution of Jamefe and Acha JJA for Pamela Cranting presiding and Kweku Akabwa for JS, leaving Asaribotwe as the only justice of the original panel. The reconstitution panel dismissed the objection, holding that there was no evidence to suggest bias as the basis for the reconstitution. A black case, no, at a point, Judge for no motiso, na omutie case, no. Adia chawo got na case no nipa na omuka case omu ya be for no Chief Justice Madam Tokonu de onu ani to me eyi omu free case no so e another set of judges ebe ka case no omo muntie case no omu nim where the case started from. Chief Justice Madam Tokonu ablaka case no, she committed the same crime. So it is looking like it is a behavior of the Chief Justice. She does what she wants and basically she gets away with murder. She gets away with murder every time because at the end of the day, no onim say so commit crime no cry. Nobody is going to sack her because she, from the beginning of this petition, you could see her collaboration, her behind the scenes secret letters with the president. So she's basically like an autocrat leading our Supreme Court. Now, subsequently, however, evidence emerged that Justice Jamefe was initially empaneled to preside over the matter, but was written to return the docket to Chief Justice Senior Jamefe. Subsequently, however, evidence emerged that Justice Jamefe was initially empaneled to preside over the matter, but was written to return the docket to the Chief Justice. Justice Senior Jamefe will be subpoenaed to testify in the matter. Inti omu say, Okache Ekufuor, Mr. President, as same way, Justice Jamefe is there. Say committee no who putting it together, he can be subpoenaed to come and answer. Said the American me boa na say me boa because Justice Senior Jamefe no what happened and they say later no omu nyina be hu say the role no Chief Justice Jeffrey ni nsem and odema another judge. Chief Justice reconstitute the panel no Emma at the end of the day no credit be down say Chief Justice did that by her own will. Ain't subpoena, the petitioner ne kache Kufuor say committee no putting it together from now mun subpoena Justice Jamefe no make say dia me came me boa na say me boa o to see o chere evidence or chere facts or chere nipa also mo ba ebe chere say the okani nyina no no kre e was Chief Justice no ye pamo no. Now also stating another case, which is Republic versus Elisha Mahama and two others. Sorry, Elisha Mahama and two others. Into now, we're stating cases say the Chief Justice no at the end of the day no or day obumraso or reconstitute panels or the nsaka judges or positions obi to meet cases so case ni ba be ready no you know the on confirm show say ni nyina no constitution is stating it clearly em waka che Mr. President say what committee na Jamefe ni adede mnya mbetime supini om so mbra said the all canon esiye anase ensi. Okay, so osade another point by ya or say when the engineer so pam Chief Justice or say usurping the functions of the rule of court committee. Now, dear na watch point 47. 7 out of 19. Mr. P, Mr. S. All right. Now, in April this year, 2024, the Chief Justice issued about 10 practice directions to regulate some aspect of practice and procedure of certain courts in Ghana. This function is by Article 157 of the Constitution reserved exclusively to the rule of the court committee. Almost say April this year, Chief Justice issue some practice direction sebio or the call out to say a court na or Ghana no regulating some aspect and practice and procedures of some of the courts. Now article 157 of Constitution it say and Chief Justice Nejuma no. It is the job of the court committee. Then a Chief Justice court committee's job no. What you say Jumana solely or take a sad decision no. A sad decision and a 10 practice directive no and our directions no. It is not the job of the Chief Justice. The job of the court committee. And when you read the Constitution, Article 157 no, it clearly say the Chief Justice is not supposed to do that. A court committee no also here. Then a Chief Justice here or say and also kaho and also Chief Justice way ya pamono. Now, say, in the exercise of such functions by the rule of court committee, the said committee is required to make the rules by constitutional instrument, but not by any other instrument. Into say Sir Emrana Chief Justice Esheye say Sebio court ewo Ghana endis ni ade no ewo say ade for the court committee no mo ye no mo krampo no ewo say omudi constitutional instrument so ewo say omudi emra so and enye any other emra into Chief Justice no e de emra foforo na Sebio odema sa 10 directions no but practice directions no but anka wo hwema ewo say court committee na ye omo krampo no emra da ho krogin a was say omudiso edidi sa adwuma no into who say Chief Justice I decide Madam Tokonu or the Supreme Court and o breaking law anytime any day she did not care anything that okache Mr. Kufuado a president say Miami way sack her before the 7th of January. Now ukaiku enima the practice direction issued by the Chief Justice to regulate practice and procedures in certain matters in some of the courts were neither issued by the rule of the court committee nor by constitutional instrument as prescribed by the Constitution. In issuing the said directions, the Chief Justice usurped a function constitutionally reserved to the rules of court committee. It is technically or basically the Chief Justice abused his or her office. The Chief Justice went against the law. Article 157. That alone, no, also Chief Justice Yapamono. Chief Justice has committed a lot of crimes. And the good thing about the petition is that the petitioner pointed to the crimes she has committed. And that is the most interesting thing about this petition. The petitioner was detailed. The petitioner directed the president to facts. And the petitioner told the president, if you even need people to be subpoenaed in front of the committee to back what I am saying now, they are all alive. You have the right to subpoena them. Put everything on camera for people to see that the Chief Justice has committed a crime and she does not deserve to be the Chief Justice of Ghana. So when you read the petitioner's petition, you could see, say, he was very clear, he was very detailed, he was very direct. He made the president understand and say, this is not out of hatred. This is out of patriotism, out of correcting the judicial malpractices the Chief Justice is involved in. Into a match Chief Justice, President Tiase say, when your time Chief Justice Nebuso. Now, when you get to point 49, I say it is important to add that the Chief Justice issued a direction at a ceremony to which several persons were invited and state resources expended to launch them. In so doing, the Chief Justice willfully caused financial loss to the state, as the said direction have no force of law. The disregard of the Constitution's clearly laid out process for issuing practice directions fits into the pattern of the Chief Justice's utter contempt for due process, rule of law, and the Constitution that she is enjoined to protect, preserve, and defend. Now, another point I would say, Yampam Chief Justice na ebine making of administrative guidelines unconstitutionally. Now, you read it no so here. Read the petition now, Udu point 51 or say by Article 159 of the Constitution, the Chief Justice is empowered to make regulations for the efficient performance of the functions of the judicial services and Judicial Council. The constitutional provision, however, says that such regulations must be made by the Chief Justice, A, acting in accordance with the advice of the Judicial Council, and with the approval of the President, and by constitutional instrument. Now, further, by Article 157, the Rules of Court Committee is empowered to make rules and regulations for regulating the practices and procedures of all courts in Ghana by constitutional instrument. in May 2024, when the Chief Justice launched her practice directions, they were launched with administrative guidance. These directions were made contrary to the constitutional provisions which regulate the making of such guidelines. Those practices, directives that were related to the practice and procedures of the courts were not only to be made by constitutional instrument, but only by the Rule of Courts Committee. The failure to use a constitutional instrument shows a disdain for collaborative rulemaking and preference for running a one-person show. So too is the usurpation of the functions of the Rules of Court Committee. The Constitution and our history clearly frowns upon a judiciary that depends on the solitary decision of one person. Inti petitioner no, I'm a president at TSC. Even the court committee no, so no, the Rule of Court Committee no, sa group no. Answer me take a decision say Ghana court nyina ebia say your person take a decision with Ghana. Say Ghana court bia no also almost sitting at 9 a.m. and at the end of the case bia also case bia end 2 p.m. The Chief Justice does not have the right to just go to a function and give that direction. No. The Chief Justice has to consult the President. The Chief Justice has to consult the Parliament. The Chief Justice has to make sure say and yeah or no may take that sole decision. There is something we call the court the court committee. The court committee in Ukrampono, they also have to work within some laws. They need a constitutional instrument to guide them to make those decisions. It's for the Chief Justice to solely make that decision and stand in public without consulting and making sure due process is followed. And just standing in public to say, I am giving this directive. The Chief Justice has flouted the law. It goes against Article 157. The Chief Justice knows the law, and the Chief Justice has deliberately broken the law. And that it means that the Chief Justice does not have to continue as the Chief Justice of Ghana. It was a president in the paramount. It is looking like our Chief Justice breaks the law every 24 hours. From all that I've read, it's pointing to a Chief Justice who does not have respect for the rule of law. That is what I'm seeing. The Chief Justice does not have a respect for the rule of law because the person who appointed her does not have respect for the rule of law. The President Ekufuado Omumrano. That is why Chief Justice Madam Tokonu, per what the petitioner is saying and the evidence he's given, she is also following suit. She is not respecting the rule of law. And Intina Oka say we have to make sure, Mr. President, from what has been stated here, it was not just mere say. It was not just allegations. These are facts. Letters, meetings, dates. It was this sad way, Mr. President, also Pamo Madam Tokonu. Now, Mamenko Eye of Frebi grounds for removal of the Chief Justice, Article 146. Petitioner, Mr. President, in Jinaswa way, and a me Jinaswa catcher or say Chief Justice the boom so yam pamono, or say grounds for removal of the Chief Justice. Now, before we continue with the grounds of removal of the Chief Justice, we will take a short break. After that, na yatwaso I then I can kind sa the.
We've always sung the first stanza of our national anthem, which asks for God's blessing on our homeland, Ghana. And it enjoins us to resist oppressors' rule. Many have not taken the time to observe the second stanza of our national anthem, and the lyrics bear reflection. It says, "Hail to thy name, O Ghana. To thee we make our solemn vow, steadfast to build together a nation strong in unity. With our gifts of mind and strength of arm, whether night or day, in mist or storm, in every need, whatever the call may be, to serve thee, Ghana, now and forevermore." This stanza calls for a nation strong in unity and enjoins us with our gift of mind and strength of arm to serve our motherland, Ghana, now and forevermore.
It's exactly 6:03 p.m. U.S. East Coast time. It's definitely 11:03 p.m. in Ghana. You're still watching With All Due Respect extended version. My name is Kevin Taylor. We are breaking down the petition. We are reading through the petition. We want Ghanaians to understand. The Chief Justice Webum Raso. And that is what we are doing here. Page by page. Now you more tia see the ekoso. I was said Chief Justice Madam Tokonu. I was said Nanado Dankwe Kufuado Epamonom. Team, are we good? Really? Team. Semo. Let me see something here. We will. We will deal with that. Mr. P. And see grounds for removal of the Chief Justice, Article 146. Now let's go to what the petitioner has written. The Constitution, or say Article 1461 of the 1992 Constitution, provides that a justice of the Superior Court or a chairman of a regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for, or say, Article 1461 our Constitution say Chief Justice eni say pamno echire bibi say esi na nyoma na echire esi no ene na petitioner no e ka kire Ekufuado or say 1 stated misbehavior or incompetence or on grounds of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from affirmity of body or mind. Now Momiankan 62, as already stated, your petitioner's instant petition is grounded on the first two, which are stated misbehavior and incompetence. The two words are not defined by the Constitution. In discerning their meanings, however, recourse will be had to their literal, ordinary, and grammatical meanings. The reason for the recourse to the literal meaning of the words used in the Constitution is that the courts have repeatedly held that regard be paid first to the literal rule of the words used in a statute, unless recourse to such meaning lead to absurdity. Now, the petitioner or say, nyoma ojina soa okasa nanado dankwe Kufuado e wasa opam Madam Tokonu no sebio sa words na o use no obi beka say oh sa words are we use you know Constitution enim inti adenti na words are any Constitution mu no yenjina so na yemfa pam Madam Tokonu or see sebio enche so bi nkan che say o ma me control answer won say odi ma me atem obi betuma ka so ma me control ni nyina it still goes down say we did ma me atem. Now or see, even though when you use the exact words in the Constitution, no, this word, no, literally, no, you cannot just take it and say, because he did not basically go into the Constitution to pick exact words to say, Mr. President, Article 64, these words and these words are the ones I am basing my reasons on for you to sack the woman. No, does not mean, say, he does not have a case in making sure that this woman has been fired. He is saying, say, even though, no, in semina ojina so eka these are the grounds I am from Madam Tokonu no and in sama particular words no unu or Constitution does not mean say it does not reflect or it does not represent the Constitution and the parts of the Constitution he has quoted to support the words. Et say o kind Bible would baby a friend Proverbs. So o kind Proverbs are say okay Proverbs ni keke say mebusam ana say Proverbs na you need to understand it in a certain way to understand what Proverbs the wom and no na petition I catch Mr. Kufuado say those grounds na me jina so aka say pam Madam Tokonu no even though words like misbehavior and incompetence might not be found in the Constitution, no, it does not mean say when you basically sit down to look at her duties and the kind of inconsistencies and misbehavior incompetence she has exhibited during her time or during her execution of her duties, no, it does not take away say the woman has committed a crime. Inti the word itself as misbehavior or incompetence, no, it does not mean say because it's not the Constitution, but Madam Tokonu did not commit a crime. And no na oma nanado dankwe Kufuado say Sa words now we use at the say stated misbehavior and now say incompetence no. Mema Nigerian say any constitution Madam Tokonu embo krono. No. He's basically making the president understand. Now, or say or person or share the meaning of stated misbehavior. Now, or say the definition of misbehavior has evolved over time, but it typically includes into or share Mr. President to say, Sebio Obika Sawunani Kontuoma, the same person as some catch on say, or did you mamiatem into we're using it in different language, but it all goes down to Eddie Omame baby. Or say the word Eddie misbehavior, abuse of office. The word misbehavior, it can also mean abuse of office. It's using administrative powers in a manner which brings the administration of justice into disrepute. Incompetence, demonstrating a lack of ability or capacity to perform judicial duties in accordance with the standards required and or expected of the office. 3, unreasonableness, or say behaving in a manner that undermines public confidence in the judiciary, such as making decisions that are irrational, arbitrary, or engaging in inappropriate relationships. 4, corruption, engaging in bribery or other forms of corruption. Moral turpitude. Moral turpitude is engaging in a conduct that is morally unacceptable, such as fraud or dishonesty. Now, Oma President Atias say, even though he did not use the exact words in the Constitution or the part of the Constitution he quoted, the words he used, they have evolved. They also have the same meanings as what the Constitution has been stating. Nobody should hide behind grammatical errors or using words just to say because he did not use this specific word. It at the end of the day we cannot punish her by sacking her, and that he's making people understand. Words they evolve. You can say words evolve. Yeah. As time goes on, they start to form different meanings. They start to magnet. As they move, they start to attract and they start to change. Their meaning starts to change. And so you cannot be static or be rigid and say, because when you see some specific words in the Constitution, Madam Tokonu has not committed or flouted the laws of the Constitution or the land. It is very, very important. And until when you abutra or you in some any brofo or use any word to match Mr. President say, it all means the same thing. The woman at the end of the day has not conducted herself well. She has misbehaved, and also she's incompetent to fill that office. Now, oko eye explanation of grounds of the petition. Oche misbehavior explanation, brazen constitutional violation. And oko down page 16. Page 16, disrepute. So what the petitioner did, and they say, the crimes the woman has committed, and he said, Obibe General Kacha said, because me, the petitioner, I did not use some kind of words or some kind of grammar in the Constitution. It does not clearly state to say the woman has committed a crime. And in petitioner, every single statement you make, he backed it with the Constitution, and where it clearly shows to say the woman, Madam Tokonu, has committed a crime. And or make a statement to be no appointee to the Constitution. No, the catcher says statement way when you link it to the behavior of the woman at this instance, it clearly goes against the Constitution. Inti usha petitioner. That's what I'm saying. Say Papa no Choko petition, he took his time to detail it, because when you want to let the world know, say the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana is not doing the right thing, you cannot just write a piece of paper and say sack her. You need to state, you need to be factual, you need to point to what crime she has committed and what crime she has committed against the state. And the petitioner from page 1, he has been able to link every behavior of this woman, which is contrary to what the Constitution states, to let us know, say, the woman has committed a crime. So it is not about grammar. It is not about you using exact words in the Constitution. It is about you pointing out the flaws and the abuse of office by using the Constitution and parts of the Constitution to back your statement. And clearly you can see, say, the petitioner, Mr. Asare, no, he backed every the allegation he made with facts to prove to the president to say they are not just mere allegations. These are allegations based on facts, and the facts can be pointed out through letters and also through the Constitution, what it says. Now, sir, Uridia Kodru a part where he wants to conclude that the petitioner, in his conclusion, Mr. President, this is what he said. The Chief Justice's actions discussed herein not only breach constitutional provisions, but also constitute stated misbehavior and confirm acts of incompetence. These actions undermine judicial independence and impartiality, represent an abuse of power, and create a conflict of interest. Such actions meet the threshold of stated misbehavior and incompetence as outlined in Article 1461 and therefore constitutes grounds for removal. Also, Mr. President, in some evidence I made any the part of the Constitution me quote their support me grounds why the Chief Justice should be sacked. You need to understand the say. It clearly shows that the Chief Justice has misconducted herself, she has misbehaved herself, and she has shown gross incompetence in administering her job. So the petitioner is telling the president, say, when you even take your time to look at the Article 1461, it clearly states, say, he has grounds to tell the president and Ghanaians as a whole, say, the Chief Justice basically has flouted the law, she has gone against the Constitution, and it is on the ground to say she has to be removed. Wache nyoma echere se Chief Justice no e wose pam no and wan kire ne keke otusie e no kire oyede okire otu de otu bayira no wa kire sie otu bayire no wa kire sie otu bayira o baby na kire sie nti from what he has stated no okache Mr. President say in his conclusion no the match nyina kire se Chief Justice no we bu mraso or incompetent or say misbehaving ho, and it calls for her sack as the Chief Justice of Ghana. Now I'll call page point 113 I'll say the Chief Justice's role is to interpret and uphold the law, not to influence the selection process of other justices of the Supreme Court or to interfere in the operations of duly constituted panels. I'll say Chief Justice Nejuma no say obechekche Ghana mrem. Nejuma no I was say or make sure say wachekche Ghana mrem na Ghana mra no wabon ho ban. Say Chief Justice here na adwene say ordinance ebe keka judges ejuma omo ye. So here na adwene say omma eye judges any judicial services no omunya adwene krogin emfa manage eye Ghana sebe judiciary na say Chief Justice no or abusing the office and answer or day or call against the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Or could anyone not say? Or could anyone say? I'm trying to find where, yes. Her involvement in the appointment process could unduly influence the president's decision, undermining the objectivity of the nomination process. Or see the Chief Justice here, no? It can influence the decision of the president because Chief Justice Chole Takoma president. No, guys, Mr. President, me na me the head of the judiciary. Me na me Chief Justice. Me was shortlisted people. Me was protocol list be me pesa wodi omoba Chief Supreme Court. A bit my influence the decision of the president. Bia na inkofo na Chief Justice. The Emma president as protocol list no 5 judges no. For all you know, bia some of them are criminals. The Chief Justice is planning on conniving with some of them on personal basis or personal reasons to dupe the people of Ghana or to abuse their office. Until see, for the Chief Justice to even just suggest those things to the president, clearly can confuse the president or can influence the decision of the president, meaning the Chief Justice, who is supposed to be the protector of the law and interpreter of the law, has now become the influencer of the law, has become the suppressor of the law. And like I said, we don't need such people or such persons to be the head of Ghana's judiciary. Say here her overreach is contemptuous of the power of the Judicial Council, which she chairs. Her involvement in the appointment process could unduly influence the president's decision, undermining the objectivity of the nomination process. Her attempt to make side deals with the president puts her in a position where the president can make reciprocal demands. Or say, per the Chief Justice or throw letter, 2 letters behind the scenes without the Judicial Council knowing, and conniving with the president and telling the president to do her a favor by bringing in a list she thinks is better for her. No, also the dangerous woman say a day will come the president will also ask the Chief Justice for a favor, and that will at the end of the day undermine the justice system in this country. It means that so President, yes, I favor with my Chief Justice. A day will come where the president's daughter will be starting trial. The president will pick a phone and call the Chief Justice and say, let it go. Abraham said the president's daughter has committed a crime through an ambulance deal of about $32 million. The Chief Justice will make sure the judge who sits on the panel or sits on the case will tell Ghanaians, say, Jan Nkrumah is not guilty. And see, these are the reasons why it is very dangerous for the Chief Justice to be suggesting to the president and having secret meetings with the president, and then their own personal vendetta or personal reasons, to be imposed on the judiciary or on the court. Into say very dangerous. When it becomes a barter trade between the president and the Chief Justice, then it means we don't have a judicial system, we don't have a justice system, and these are the reasons why Oka said the Chief Justice must be sacked. Now, Oko Enima or say, she is therefore fatally compromised. The Constitution and the established protocols dictate the process for judicial nomination, and any deviation from these procedure is unlawful. Similarly, her reconstitution of panels impairs parties' right to a fair trial and could unduly influence the panel's decision, undermining the impartiality of the adjudication process. It strikes at the core of Article 1573, which is intended to prevent any interruptions in the judicial process and ensure continuity and accountability until a final decision is made. Her reconstitution of panels is an abuse of power in violation of the constitutional benchmark for the exercise of discretion power. The Chief Justice has no administrative role once a panel is formed and cannot interfere with the judicial functions of a panel by changing members on the panel. Public confidence in the judicial system relies on the perception of fairness and impartiality. The Chief Justice's actions described would further erode this confidence, suggesting favoritism or partiality and introducing needless frictions within the judiciary. Judicial ethics requires judges to avoid actions compromising their independence or judiciary's independence. Proposing nominees could be seen as engaging in political activities, generally discouraged, if not bad for judges. Now, the all can say, Chief Justice, take a decision to interfere. Judge on cases so. Making sure say as seminar air kwasono obetime yi judge no the judge for abehwe ho obetime ka kire obi say wo de kwahya ha wo de ochiname watena we so wo de by force ranchen or see sa djuma de no enye Chief Justice djuma. Into the moment that Chief Justice be na adwu say obeye sa de no, then it means say pepe yo and answer your court no and a judiciary no bibia friend pepe yo and answer justice no, it will never be realized. If we say Chief Justice cost yes sa de na, then some judges will be ruling in favor of the Chief Justice and maybe accomplices of the Chief Justice. Some of the judgments will be in favor of some people who are not supposed to get a favorable judgment. He is saying say the conduct and actions of the Chief Justice continuously reconstituting and entering panels and contradicting and forcing judges on and off their cases, which isn't her job. No? The Chief Justice is overstepping her boundaries. The Chief Justice is abusing her power. And most importantly, that confidence and belief Ghanaians a judicial system. No? The Chief Justice, through her actions, no, by influencing and infiltrating, and at the end of the day, putting her powers and imposing herself on the judges sitting on cases and reconstituted panels. No? What is going to happen? What is going to happen? And they say, GDN na Ghana for our judicial system. No, sa GDN na yira so a sebio Ghana for ne ho be kire. Now oba asewana or say judicial ethics requires judges to avoid actions compromising their independence or the judiciary's independence. Proposing nominees could be seen as engaging in political activities, generally discouraged, if not bad for judges. Professor Jando warned us of the dangers of an unrestrained Chief Justice when he opined that, and I quote, "If we're so unfortunate as to get for our Chief Justice a cynical, mischievous, and obstinate individual who always had the ear of the president, at least a sizable section of the judiciary could be subject to mayhem with not too remote consequences of bedlam." End of quote. The mayhem is already upon the judiciary, and the bedlam will follow unless swift actions are taken to remove the Chief Justice from office on the grounds prayed and in accordance to Article 146 of the Constitution. That's the 1992 Constitution. And the petitioner says, "I therefore petition the President to initiate proceedings to remove the Chief Justice from office to uphold the Constitution, maintain the integrity of the judiciary, and restore public confidence in our judicial system. Please do not hesitate to contact me for any further information or clarification. Respectfully submitted, Professor Stephen Kweku Asare, P.O. Box 12889, Accra North. Telephone 02635299907. Email kwekuasare@gmail.com. So that is the petition. Petition now. And the yadi akome kufuado a ye jina so aka se Madam Tokonu e wo se ye pamono no ene na medwudwo machiro all the evidence emu letters the secret meetings, secret letters are Chief Justice Chokome Kufuado against the Constitution. Any basis are the petitioner actually say grounds are actually say the misbehavior and also the incompetence, and the Chief Justice at the end of the day infiltrating our judicial system, imposing her will on our judicial system, and also favoring the president and his government on some political cases. The facts are there. He has pointed to the part of the Constitution that clearly states that the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana has to be sacked. And it is very important that we all understand to say, Nana Dankwa Kufuado, he still has days. He needs to take action. He needs to constitute a committee. He needs to make sure the process starts. Mema obimbe danena non kakase Nana Dankwa Kufuado. Nembra so adewe ya maso Mahama ba eno wabebi a committee. John Mahama is not president. Kufuado needs to take action. So Nana Dankwa Kufuado and take action. Na John Mahama beto petition we no take action. Nobody should say a witch hunt. This is something Kufuado needs to do. So believe the Chief Justice is not guilty. She has not abused her office. She is not an autocratic Chief Justice who is incompetent. Nana Dankwa Kufuado should form a committee and make sure this is heard on camera for us to know, say, the petitioner is making a case or is not. And if the Chief Justice is clean and squeak, and the Chief Justice has not committed a crime, we all will come back and say she should go back to the Supreme Court and occupy that office. If Nana Dankwa Kufuado fails to take action on this petition, then it means we the people will have to force the next government to take decision on this petition. And it's very important you and I understand this ABC. I'll be back to continue tonight's show. You're still watching with All Due Respect Extended Version. All right. Thank you very much for staying. So many breaking news. Breaking news, Bibri Abim. Breaking news. Yeah, show no. Breaking news, Bibri. All right. It's exactly 6:30, 11:30 in Ghana. Breaking news right now. Breaking news. All right, so mo follow your page, every single day with all due respect page on Facebook, any Loud Silence TV page on Facebook. This afternoon we posted a picture on Facebook. Yakacham said there's a car, there's a van. This van, this is 8 hours ago. This morning, we posted a picture of a van. Yakacham said information coming in indicates this van is full of gold, about to be transported to Dubai on Emirates Airline by the Kufuor family. Yeah, they saw a picture we ever to social media this morning, and we made you understand to say this is something that is ongoing. In fact, I made my team go down to check this van number plate, and what they came out with, and they say the van belongs to a PMMC. Now, Yamamuhu the airline omode sa carway gold egumuno omode Eco Dubai. No, we made you aware. A few. I think an hour later, any update team or Facebook say, oh, car no edru Kotoka International Airport. Our guys are still following this car. That was 6 hours. The first one was 6 hours, 8 hours. So 2 hours later, and Betcham said the van carrying the gold is now at the airport. More to follow. So that was the van. Na ekuta carry gold, na nanado dan kweku for the bushia for thousands and thousands of gold. Omanane ediegu car mu omode ko airport ediako Dubai. Now, the breaking news coming in said the car the police, they have been able to arrest that car. Now, what is happening? They say yes, police for no at the car call the Greater Accra Regional Police Office. Now, the breaking news coming in say people went in there, the car was intercepted, and truly, the gold, gold are Ghana for the Duomu Bida. The catcher man upon said they could for the government, it could for the Busian for they are still stealing you people. The gold for oil na baumia, sa gold way ya china baumia munimubi. A gold for oil, PMMC, me catch them say PMMC. Sa aquano dawana na bog you say krabano. Sa da kun otadi endiano, sa aquano. They are the ones gold for oil no the buy no omni be Ghana goals. Now these are the videos coming in. Mommy and share the gold Ghana for Achikano.
Imagine the comfortability. These are Ghana money. Ghana money. They spoil our water. Ghana money. Oh, Ghana money. Why this man they pack that he invest? That he be 70, so 7 that. Now police. I think I can get to it. Can't get to it. What shall we do? What's the name? One. Imagine that. Imagine that. Two. You said 72. You said 72. Imagine the comfortability. These are Ghana money. Ghana money. They spoil our water. Ghana money. Oh, Ghana money. Why this man they pack that he invest? That he be 70, so 7 that.
So gold bars, gold bars. I don't know who is on a gold bars in Guam. And they see the car, any gold, you call Accra Regional Police Headquarters on board. Sanko fu eboni omudi dimuno. It is not a joke. And as we speak today, that is why they are still planning on killing John Mahama. They still want to kill John Mahama. They are seriously doing it physically and spiritually. They are still bent on killing John Mahama and Nana because they don't want to hand over power to John Mahama. Nana the Dankwe Kufuor, he knows. They have committed so much crime. They have done a lot. It go for a free power 7 January. Adia mube who Ghana no. One shall make us John Mahama the president 20 years. Me na me catch them. Me say Ada na do dan kweku fuado ne nebusu afo be free power no. One shall make us NDC for ndi Ghana so 30 years. You people will be shocked. Where raw gold. Where raw gold. And it's almost 7 sassy. Chema won't to me ebu sassy go almost blasty. They don't care because this is what they were looking at. But when you gold for oil, no, this is what they were doing. And Ghana gold na almost sense us because they had a plan. So gold so that car, they have arrested the car. And you through a video. Say as we speak, Sir Gold, we are following it. I have sources at the police headquarters. The police CID, she's very political, NPP ni. The CID boss, or a typical MPP ni. KK Sapon girlfriend, no, say SK Sapon, the KK Sapon. The girlfriend, no. This one, I am watching her closely. And I have sources at the Ghana police. Nobody can change this gold and come tell us, say, your gold. And then, no. People, I was saying, go for jail. I was saying, I didn't go for tomb for years. This is the time we all need to come together. Krono and Kofo we abono. Krono and Kofo we abo ewa Ghana no. It is not a joke. They see you people somewhere Jimmy. It is a Obikacho say. Ekufuado gold for oil. I make sure from the top be a free buy. Nipa or stati illegal gold export ewa Ghana. Gold and diamond ekusibuating. So from ekusibuating, yeah. Ekusibuating a freba wumiano catch and gold for oil no or children how it works. Tie. Gold for oil. Bawumia na otiwana kusibuating because kusibuating why gold smuggling, diamond smuggling for years. That is the Jumano no on your software. Go to Zimbabwe and ask. Kusibuating or concession in Zimbabwe. A whole Tony gold in the fa. The diamond in the fa. Kusibuating a freba umiatina say our idea be a friend gold for oil. And that gold for oil no will change our life. Ghana will make about 2%, but they are going to make the 98%. It's gold for oil, no idea no dema baumia. And about me catch so or the idea be a friend gold for oil. Ebema petrol boako form. Ebema Ghana yeka edini ebetume tua. Yesi gold for oil. Yesi Ghana you need dollars. And yesi ebetum the gold either out of petrol. Ebetum the gold out of diesel. You need dollars. It's inka on a normal day. See any minyansa ye tam gold na heni ye to gold nyina papa. Enye New York. New York. Ena the New York Stock Exchange. Ene the gold bullion di enye New York na wo. Adentina yen tam you gold no emfanko New York. Your US embassy in Ghana. Why don't we coordinate with them and say, we don't have enough reserves. We have a lot of gold. We want you people to collaborate with us. We want to sell the gold in the United States to the market. Gold does not depreciate overnight. The US embassy in Ghana could have collaborated with the government and then linked us for us to sell the gold and take dollars from America legitimately to bring the dollars to Ghana to go and buy the diesel and the petrol. And so gold for oil, no? Almost say, ma PMMC to me, iti bawomi amu instructe Addison. Say on tam Ghana sikana dahono. Now on former PMMC. PMMC for no beko into the market to buy gold. PMMC for no millions of dollars, no, close over billions, no, and now omu be a small buying platforms. And as a webinar other PMMC, no, almost started to talk gold, no. Now in Kofo no more legitimate small scale mining, any illegal small scale mining, no. Omo who said there's so much demand for gold. Now, omo no more legitimate small scale mining, no. What happened? And they say, omo legitimate mining, no. Now, amount for no more illegal mining, no. And making more money than omo legitimate mining. Omo person mo boss assassin ho buying. Omo person mo protect Ghana assassin. Omo who say, illegal miners, no chairman. Won't too many NPP for no. Omo say assassin. Omo nyesika. Gold price is so costly. So some of the legitimate gold miners, and I say, small scale miners are legitimate, you know, almost do mujimu. Because one, they have taken a license to do or to mine legitimately, and now to become legitimate licensed small scale miners. what they were doing is some of the small scale miners no jimu. And under the license of small scale mining legitimately, they were doing illegal mining. And a balloon the pollution of our waters. It is almost study from May 2024 and I used to start to say more. We could not control it. Because they are willing to dig more, destroy more, to give that gold to PMMC, to send to Bank of Ghana, to give that gold to a third party. It's near Tia and I'm going to go to the Bank of Ghana because the constitution, say Bank of Ghana ain't to me to gold. But Bank of Ghana bet to yama PMMC to gold. Into Baumia Addison say, Oma PMMC for Sika, PMMC for Sika, and about be companies. And be a gold buying companies. And almost started to gold, Into that gold price, now it was in demand. Into a lot of people went to Galamsey. Into after destroying the waters, no a lot of gold. Omunya gold in the year, and say, instead say and Saka gold and cause Toma US for New York and France near dollars above you know. Say that be the raw gold in Emma Dubai, Nibi man, they are called Dubai. And they are cost oil. Tie. I feel what you say. What they wanted to do now gold in the yomo. It wasn't to save your economy. In almost a car gold, and say, oh, the old man say, the raw gold in a third party. Alpha Stream. Me and a scandal on the chemo. A third party be a friend Alpha Stream. Alpha Stream. A Lebanese guy be Baomia Munipa. Now what happened is tam gold, and them Alpha Stream. And I'm say Alpha Stream the gold when I got oil bra. A brand can to go down America for a ton legitimately at $. Because in the first place, the reason why I go for oil buy is $80. America for $80. Almost net gold. I didn't see raw gold. Emma Arabia so Uncle Dubai and Franco diesel and bra. Your time gold in the Alpha Stream. Alpha Stream coin and obtain share. Obtain the share we and a oil buka oil. O we no the oil ne breye. And o we no ne PMMC for no any ba omiam ko echi no ko chair infaso no. At the end of the day they have used this country. E kusi what thing e sa asofo no or no ene this plan by. You got what I mean? Inti omo ena ekofa sa plan no ena mo de bedi moto. So sa gold na a system ni mo a lot of gold. It is amukọ eye baby a ye mine gold na. Mumbusa mo say na di ni see ente say na amount for because the demand for gold was high. Omo introduce gold for oil no ena demand ne kosro ena the destruction of our water bodies no e pikie. And everybody was surprised na yede na isi de yenso ni nyina say no it was because chema wuntumi mu no because bawomiam no omo plan. The plan was to destroy the waters, destroy the vegetation and get the gold. And that is what you are seeing. Into saka we na gold gumisa no right now no osamuti ase say so what to gold or Ghana na so de kosa okoton abrocha abrofun bebusa say gold no e kwan be so ne 2 year child labor issues woman na okofa ankora bi no 2 year ofa akuti kwan so na 2 year. There are a lot of questions you need to answer before your gold will be bought in the international market. Now TRCS gold for oil we no all the gold na PMMC koto todwa nkurase a omo companies no they were buying gold from illegal miners. Now the issue is the gold no motor and they cannot take it outside because they cannot answer where the gold is coming from. Chema won't me yagaram say Sampan yagaram say Kedjemfo yagaram say Kojo Ponkroma yagaram say Professor Frimpong Boating eba the document say Lord Kome Munya yagaram say Kufuor say ofana kwasi anko. It is our gold and they could not sell it. So what they had to do, and they say, because the gold they could not sell it internationally, and anything the Alpha Stream say, the raw gold in the because a galam say gold. Alpha Stream so kwa no akoto petro buka petro fumi no the bust. Na ba omiani kusi boatimo omache. And then area bedru hande. It is all raw gold say a year ship dia kwa a yekufu ado ba omiamo dia. A chema to me gold, where a blood gold. Bronibian wabeto. Yeah, this gold, Bronibian wabeto. Majority of Chinese from to gold or Ghana. NPP for no a guardian of Togo and Burkina Faso, a honor ship of gold, no they call. Yeah, they cannot do it here. You know why? Because gold, a blood gold. It's majority of gold dealers are Chinese for Arabians na India for no. They don't sell their gold through a PMMCO. No, they go through a Burkina, they go through a Togo, they go through a Benin. That is where they sell, because the gold is blood gold. A gold that won't mean turn on international market no so. A bin and the machina they are counting from bullions, no.
Imagine the compatibility. These are Ghana money. Ghana money. They spoil our water. Ghana money. Oh, Ghana money. Why this man the fact that he invests? But he'll be 72.
This police officer, his name is DCOP Mr. Ahinkwesi Ano. Ghana for gold number call Accra Regional Police Headquarters. The Bako hold this man accountable. Gold no machina na adwino. Se ehun tu tokuro. Se obia the false information ba about the gold. Ask this man. Ono na gold nation nsa. Almost the gold in the call the Accra Regional Headquarters. Gold in the Bakumpo Yira. So the any different report ba. I have men at the Accra Regional Police Headquarters. I have men there. This is the man in charge, DCOP, or your friend Akwesi Ano. Say gold in the Bako Yira. The next government should hold this man accountable. So it is your job to keep this gold for us to get to the bottom of this crime. I will come back to this matter. My shadow and I picture too because I know what I have heard. I know the conversation I've heard and I know the text messages I've intercepted. Mr. DCOP, you are in charge for now. May accuse you of anything. Say gold way back. Say amount for your margin say they are going to swap anything. They are going to change anything. And they consider say your retirement will be in your grave. Consider your retirement, say it's going to be in your grave. Because what is happening, we know more than what you think we know. It's media. I am not going to accuse you of anything. I am not going to show anything today. I am just going to send this caution to you. Say, protect the law. You are a police officer, a DCOP. Gold near the about or facility, let it be the same gold. That is all I can say to you. Now, there's breaking news coming in. It's not a pleasant one, but hey, we have to talk about the breaking news. All right, breaking news. NPP, Ashanti Regional communicator Bakwa, Odi NPP nim Ashanti region, the Ashanti Regional Chief Imam, he's dead. That is the news we are getting in. This is the Ashanti Regional Imam. Onunane Chief Communicator ma Ekufuado ne Baumia. All the sins Baumia was committing and this government was committing, no, this man did not see anything wrong with it. With me, I'm not in the position to judge any man. Nyankopon Allah enenim nipe bia how he would judge that person. It is not up to me. My job here is to tell you, say the Ashanti Regional Chief Imam, this man we all know as an NPP communicator is dead. We don't know the cause of his death. We don't know what actually happened, but that is the news coming in. I am a human being. I'll also die. I will be before my creator. Today, we are just putting the news out. He will be before his creator and he will answer a question to his creator. It is not my job. I am not pure enough to judge any man after his death. If he was alive, I could have spoken and said my mind to him. But dead men can't defend themselves. And it's only between him and his God. So we are not supposed to play the role of God. We are supposed to be the servants of God. We cannot be judges. But what we can do is we can announce to the world that this man who played a vital role for the NPP campaign in the Ashanti region, the Ashanti Regional Chief Imam, has died. I'll be back to continue tonight's show. You're still watching with all respect, extended version. Gigim. We are still live on TV. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. All platforms are blazing. Thank you very much for staying. It's looking like, say, a year, the Electoral Commission, no, they are not willing or they are not ready to work for the people. I believe, say, it's about time we Ghanaians, patriotic citizens, for some time now, the Electoral Commission, Jane Mensah, Boss Mamo, take care for granted. Especially we, the Ghanaians who voted for the NDC government to come to power. And the patriotic Ghanaians who are not affiliated to any political party who decided to make sure this government loses power to give power to the NDC. It is looking like Jane Mensah, Bossman, they don't respect we. And right now, I believe, say, the Electoral Commission, they need to come under pressure to deliver. I believe, say, we need to have a march to the office of the Electoral Commission. We all need to get on the streets peacefully to let the Electoral Commission come out with final results of these elections. It is beginning to look like, say, a deliberate. It is beginning to look like, say, mandate near the moment, they want to abuse it. It is looking like they don't want to respect we, the citizens. Bossman Asare, Jane Mensah, and the rest of the guys at the Electoral Commission, they don't respect we, the people, the decision we took, the pains we went through. Because as I speak, so many people died during these elections, electing John Mahama. So, se nipa enkwa in 2020, nipa 8 ewuye. And in 2024, nipa sewu. Na ya toa bewe getting to 2 weeks. Na Electoral Commission person makachere say they don't want to give us the official presidential result. Then we all have to march to the Electoral Commission office because we need a closure. There should be closure to this. The Electoral Commission needs to put a closure on these elections. As we speak today, nobody has contested the presidential elections in all the 40,000 polling stations across the nation. So what is stopping Jane Mensah and Bossman Asare and the Ekufuado Electoral Commission from giving us the final presidential results? We don't care about parliamentary. The parliamentary can deal with itself. But as a nation, it looks like, say, the disrespect from Jane Mensah is getting out of hand. It is now beginning to look like, say, it is beginning to look like, say, we as Ghanaians, we need to make sure, say, the Electoral Commission, they basically give us, Mr. S, it looks like the Electoral Commission led by Jane Mensah, people have died. We are mourning. We want a closure to these elections. All the constituencies, 275 constituencies in this country, Yatuaba, a president. Nobody has contested. John Dramani Mahama uncontested results. No, Mahamudu Bawumia has not contested the presidential results. The NDC, the NPP, nobody has contested the presidential results. So why is it so difficult for the EC, led by Jane Mensah, to also deliver? Because we are just here. We don't know. They are not updating the percentages. They are not updating the final figure. As we sit in Ghana, almost a week. The results are Jane Mensah, the final result. We want to know exactly what John Mahama got, and we want to know exactly what Bawumia got. But this is the situation whereby all the 276 constituencies are Jane Mensah recording. She's not even giving us the respect to even come out to tell us. Then it means that we, the people, have to walk to you. We need to make this a national walk, a national peace walk. We need to walk to the EC to demand for that. Because it is looking like our patriotism and also our humility and our respect for the rule of law and respect for the constitution and the democracy we are enjoying. Majority of Ghanaians have decided to sit back to at least allow you to do your job. But it's becoming like you people are purely disrespecting the people's intelligence. You are taking advantage of that democracy that we want to practice. So I believe, say, it's about time, and this goes to the grassroots, that we need to put together a national march to the Electoral Commission's office. Nobody's going to fight anyone. Nobody's going to fight the police. We want the Electoral Commission in less than 24 hours come out with the presidential results. Why don't we have presidential results? The chaos we are seeing around the nation is because the Electoral Commission has refused to update to tell us the final presidential results. Obviously, every election we get people contesting the parliamentary results, which is fine. The parliamentary results are definitely different from the presidential results. So why is the EC almost a week not able to tell us to say, this is what Mahama got and this is what Bawumia got? So the EC wants to tell us to say, without the parliamentary results in their respective constituencies that has not been declared, we cannot know the result of the presidential elections. There's something sketchy going on. The Electoral Commission, Jane Mensah, they don't respect us. It's about time we made them understand that we are a peaceful nation. We are not going to allow Jane Mensah sign attitude in Libya to plunge this country into chaos, because there are some people sitting on the line now. They want to take advantage of that to destroy this nation. They want to take advantage of Jane Mensah not bringing out the final result to destroy the democracy we are enjoying in this nation. And we, the people, are not going to allow Jane Mensah to do that. So we are going to peacefully walk to the EC's office in our thousands. We are going to work in our millions. We are going to demand that the Jane Mensah administration, they should come out with the presidential result, the final presidential result, because we need it. It will actually put some level of peace in the system. Ghanaians today, we are living in some tensed atmosphere. We don't even know what is going on. People are taking advantage of the system and telling us to say, Jane Mensah of our results by so they can misbehave. Today, people are burning schools because ballot boxes are in schools. We all know that all presidential ballot has been counted. We know every presidential ballot has been counted. So why is Jane Mensah and the EC not giving us the final result? It is because Mahmoud Bawumia got less than 38%. But it is looking like all the diplomacy and all the niceness. We have been very nice. We have been very cool. It's about time we, the people, made Jane Mensah understand the Ghana Nyanidia. She does not own the country. She does not have the country as her property. We will have to show her that she needs to work for us. We are going to mobilize ourselves. We will mobilize ourselves. We will come out in our thousands. We are going to come to the Electoral Commission. The Jane Mensah administration needs to come out tomorrow morning with a final presidential result, election 2024, or else we will all not fit in Ghana. At this point, we all know John Mahama won the elections. We want the final results from the Electoral Commission. We want the final presidential results from the Electoral Commission. And that should be done in less than 24 hours. This is a message to the EC. In less than 24 hours, if the Electoral Commission does not give us the presidential result, we don't care about parliamentary. The parliamentary results will deal with itself. It will take care of itself. In fact, there are courts that are there waiting for parliamentary election conflict or issues to resolve those problems. At least we know that every presidential ballot has been counted. The EC has no excuse. The Jane Mensah EC, they have no excuse. They cannot plunge this country into chaos. It is a deliberate move. It is a deliberate move by Akufo-Addo and the NPP government to destroy the democracy of this nation. We will have to stop this plan by Akufo-Addo. Jane Mensah, Bosman Asari, we are giving them 24 hours. In less than 24 hours, we need to get the presidential results in Ghana, or else it will not be pretty. Or else it is not going to be pretty. And we want the NDC to release a statement to tell the Electoral Commission that we need the presidential results, the final presidential results. They need to update us. They need to give us the final number. We don't care about parliamentary. So this is a message to the NDC, to the chairman, to the general secretary, to the president-elect, to the vice president-elect. This is supposed to be done. So many people have died because of the negligence and stupidity of Bossman Asare and Jemensa. We cannot afford this to happen again. So this is a straightforward caution to the EC. In 24 hours, if we don't hear anything from the EC, we will gather the biggest force in Ghana to walk to the Electoral Commission. We will use every arsenal in our pocket, everything. We will use our platforms to gather the biggest human gathering to walk peacefully to the EC's office. We need it. It needs to be given to Ghanaians. It is our right to know who won the elections. We want the final figure. Jane Mensah, in less than 24 hours, Bossman, if we don't get this, it will not be pretty. Your respective homes, it will not be pretty. We don't want you people to push us anymore. We are done. We are tired. We say presidential elections, we are giving you people 24 hours. The presidential results on your website, we need to see it. Since you came out with the first result, ever seen there, you have not updated us again. You have not put anything on your website. You have not, because we all know someone can abandon in a way. Presidential or Ghana, you can't in a way. Meaning baby, I ain't kind presidential. I don't know anywhere. Mubet say the presidential elections you can't. So at this point, why don't we have the presidential final results? Why are you people always pushing this country to that point where our democracy, the best say? Why? We are going to protect our democracy. And some people, if they have to fall, they will fall. This is a warning. We are demanding the final election, presidential election results. This is a demand from Ghanaians. We are demanding the result in less than 24 hours. We are demanding the presidential results of the 2024 elections in less than 24 hours. Or else, you will see the biggest gathering on the streets of Ghana straight to the Electoral Commission. This is the final warning. This is our rights, and we deserve to know. So whoever is watching us, we give the EC 24 hours. They need to update their website. They need to give us the final presidential results. We need it because we are the ones who paid for this election to be conducted. It is our property, and we deserve to know the result. 24 hours. 24 hours. In the next 24 hours, if Jemensa decides to keep the final result, it will not be pretty for anybody at the Electoral Commission. It will not. All right. Now, this is some of the stories I want us to deal with now. To me, Empon today's show. Now, you see the story. The transition team, I catch the NDC for say, you are not supposed to treat this NPP government with soft gloves. They are crazy people. They are deliberately destroying this democracy, and we are not supposed to allow them to destroy the democracy. Into the idea say, even the transition team, when they go for meetings, after meetings, right now there's been meetings between the NDC incoming administration and Ekufuor administration where the transition committee was put together. It was inaugurated. But what is happening? They say, even though in the meeting they have come to a gentleman's agreement and say no recruitment should be done. No payments should be made, Ekufuor, the government, they are still recruiting criminals into our security agencies. They are recruiting criminals into institutions, people who are not qualified. They are blowing or bloating what we call the national purse. They want to create some kind of deficit. Into party foot soldiers are qualify to enter any institution. They are still employing. Abraham meeting. Martina John Mohammed Akase, you are not going to employ today. The committee, the transition team, they have released a statement and they sent this strong statement to the NPP. Almost say, Honorable Chief Justice. Sorry. This is the transition team. No, letter release here. This is the letter. Almost say. The transition team of the president-elect John Dramani Mahama, almost NPP for they don't want to show respect. They are still bent on doing their nonsense. and it has to stop. Now, this is what they are doing. John Mahama office actually let be about or say last minute payment and recruitment by the outgoing administration. The transition team of the president-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has noted that despite an agreement reached at the second meeting of the joint transition team held on Friday, 13 December 2024, that last minute recruitment, payment and such other actions be cleared with joint transition team, the NPP government continues to undertake these activities without recourse to the agreement. John Mahama, the office, and in the transition team, the letter about Bontin say, "Omuni NPP for tracing transition team na kase, mamunya any more recruitment, mamunya any payment biya, baby ayedun munjina wa na yenya de woseye." And so almost the woman who said, Nana the Danko Kufuado Abino, any a munipa, Omono Matnasi, Iron Krata Kase, and this say you recruiting the Pebia, your funny Pebia, not yet Chikaka Sibia Maubiano, they are doing it. Into they are sending a message, say, they are being very disingenuous. Nana the Danko Kufuado transition team, no, they are insane, they are stupid people. They don't care. They have broken the law. They want to even put more criminals into our security institutions. They want to pay some monies to some individuals who don't deserve it. Into John Mahama administration said they are sending a message. Now, second paragraph, I'm saying the transition team of the president-elect wishes to state emphatically that given the bad faith displayed by the government, all these payments, recruitment and transfers and promotions, some of which have been backdated, will be reversed and, where necessary, public officials responsible for them held to strict account when a formal transfer of power takes place. John Mahama say, or catch a transition team, they say, Nipa mo for musisiana, my agreement, semi phobiano. Sanyame boa, na 7 December, yesweni in a reverse in na. Who officials were shall see or backdate appointment. Say you find nipa be 2 years ago. You find nipa be 3 years ago. No, sa official I shall see no. John Mahama say onya tumia na ye be hwehwe nkratema. Wo sa nipa na wo hye ye be jelu. Almost say they are telling obia say bi oya for the juma around this time. Abaya for say resist and move away from that. Because John Mahama had the one in the Mekufuado. Do not, because matna say akasa. Much less say, yen your promotions, yen send it yen to sika mo bia, yen sa en recruiti. Enti John Mahama buying a catch now. Mo amudi any ma ba date appointment letters. Mo amoma some fake promotions ewa abaimu. Mo chia sika bi anisa mutia no. Almost omoba do reverse it and mo amo commit sa crime no, you end up in jail. Now oko asiawa the final paragraph. Almost say John Mahama say, for the avoidance of doubt, all public officials are strongly cautioned to resist pressure from outgoing political actors to engage in these acts as they could attract severe consequences and when the new government takes office. John Mahama say, so you buy munipa, we a chief director, we a wine, we a manager. Now say politician be more pressure say for nipa be adwuma, for the padudo be adwuma, to yasike bia or si jai. And yes sir, omoba power ubeko jail. And this was signed by Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, spokesperson, Mahama Transition Team. You see, Makachre NDC for say, do not see the NPP, this current administration, say they are good people, they are bad people. So we see utterances after losing the elections, cry. So we see kwasiakasa omo kan parliament. Uhu said they omu nu omo kwasia abetestila. They don't even know that they have hurt people. They don't even care. They see it as this is politics as usual. Omu Ghana for say ye Jimmy. So the NDC administration, the coming administration, they should not treat this NPP people with soft gloves. John Mahama should be hard on them. Those who have to serve jail time have to serve jail time. Those who have to be beaten have to be beaten. Those who have been corrected have to be corrected, because we cannot allow lawlessness. People breaking law and making it look like say omane etimuno emrani minim, and then they can do whatever they like. Something drastic needs to be done to reset this nation. And if you are going to reset this nation, you are not supposed to be nice, because these fools are people who don't understand simple language. NPP, for a majority of them, they don't care about Ghana. They see us as say because the president himself, he does not respect the Constitution of the Republic. The Chief Justice, as we can see, these are people who don't care about you and I. Into what I want the NDC administration, the incoming administration, to understand and say, when you sit on the table or at the table with these people, don't treat them as mere normal politicians. Treat them as enemies. They are dangerous. As we speak today, they are still planning and plotting how to kill your president-elect. Yes. When you go to meetings with these people, don't see it as a brother and sister thing. These are crazy people. If they get you to kill your president today, they will do it. They are bad people. You people should not treat them as people. And we can hear and we can see it from their actions and their utterances. They don't care, because they have stolen to the point where they think they are so powerful that opposition cry, they can use the money they have stolen to suppress the people. That is what, and that is how they feel now. So my advice to the transition team, now you know clearly that these people don't care. You know clearly that these people don't respect you. So don't show them any respect. Do not show them any respect. Let them understand this is not business as usual. Let them understand that this is a new government. This is a government that is coming to reset the nation. Strategic government needs to be nullified. We need to reset this nation. We need to make sure the right thing is done. It is very, very important. It is very important, because these people will do everything possible. They are bent on doing everything. Here, let me tell you. Open Nipa or Ghana or under spiritual attack pa in Ghana today, John Mahama. Open Nipa or under spiritual attack. Every 24 hours, it's not easy for him to come out of 24 hours, John Mahama. And Akuma Pantina, he's still alive. Nanado Danko Ekufuado them, they are still working everything to kill John Mahama. I'm telling you. John Mahama Nakuma Pantina is still alive. John Mahama Nakuma Pa, the good heart of Wontino or Dahotiase. Say Onyankopon Ema Hukwaya, they will kill John Mahama. I'm telling you, it is only the protection of God until John Mahama is still alive. The Ekufuado team, they are crazy people. I'm telling you, people. Don't underestimate these people. They kill their own and laugh. They kill John Kuma. They kill they kill JB Dango. They kill and laugh. They don't care. And they will go every length. The priority of Ekufuado is to make sure John Mahama Obekunu answer on 7 January. That is Ekufuado's priority now. And Meka Obia or under spiritual attack pa in Ghana today. Every 24 hours, be able to be survivor. Also, John Mahama. He is going through a lot. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. You are not supposed to treat Ekufuado and Nkofo as humans. We need to treat them like criminals. We need to treat them like animals. We are not supposed to create any room for them. These are dangerous people. They kill their own and laugh about it. They are dangerous. They are scavengers. These are dangerous animals. They don't believe in the Ghana we all want to build. They don't believe in the resetting of this nation. They don't care. They believe, they need to take power at all costs. That is why we are not supposed to relax. We are supposed to be vigilant. And the Electoral Commission say in the next 24 hours, say result of the election, sir. I am sending this message to the Interior Minister. You cannot handle this. I am sending this message to Henry Korte. The Electoral Commission, some peace in this country. Some in the next 24 hours, the Interior Minister sit with J-Mensa and tell her to release the final results of the presidential elections. And I'm sending this message to you, Henry Korte, because you know what is right. I respect you and I expect you to do the right thing. You should sit with the EC and tell the EC that to make sure you can maintain the peace in this nation in 24 hours, we need the presidential final results on their website. They need to come out in a press conference to tell us Ghanaians the John Mahama Nyaye and the Bawumia Nyaye, and yes, sir, in the next 24 hours, the EC will not see anything good. I'm telling you, people. And I'm sending this message to you, Henry Korte. It is your job to maintain the peace in the country. We are at least giving you the respect. You have 24 hours to sit down with J Mensah to give us the presidential results. We don't care about parliamentary. There are courts that can deal with the parliamentary issues. We are concerned about the presidential, and we cannot wait anymore. In 24 hours, we need the results. And yes, sir, the EC office will be an enemy to the people. Now, there's something I want you to understand. Now, where they be at the NPP for no, and they want to create something in your head. Time Major Mahama called Jubilee House, Okushi Ekufuado. Ne Ekufuado Kasano. And I'm sure Bibi man say uncan a speech nim. Say, oh, the country economy has recovered. Omoboa. We steady Ekufuado, any finance minister we are. They every time they get any opportunity to speak on camera, almost say we are handing over a strong economy. Omoboa is lie. The economy is sick. You know why they are doing that? They will come back very soon and tell you, say, time and I free power. Now there's a video. Ekufuado can say economy ni they are lying. Ghana's economy is dead. This guy is doing politics. The economy, Ghana economy, I say there's no money. And they know, say economy not say, but propaganda no more ye. Almost person after 7 January, no. What they will do is say they will cut the pieces of a year almost statement. You know, better TV. So hey, time and ye free abemuno. Ye catch there a Mahama say ye a very robust economy. They are lying. These are the people who told us in 2019 say our economy was resolute. COVID-19 hit and you said we didn't have an economy. Anytime you see this finance minister also in Kremoni or Munafiki, we on kind of correct. Or you preko. In Kremoni papa or then mama bought from a sala every day or kind of correct. He will not lie, said the economy is robust. He's lying. A Yakufu Adamona catch and say on Kasa na omuncha tapes and to send a beya omuko positioner. What they will do in the say, they will come out and tell you, say, oh, Mokai, John Mahama called Jubilee House, no. Nana the Dankwe Kufuor in his speech said, the economy is a strong economy they are handing over to NDC. Omoboa, the economy is dead. Where are you preko? Onye nkreboni papa, a criminal. Achim for be disika na order ne katama ebeta free binino. Achim for no for 7 years. Omo disika e ka 2 minutes meya and no say mo for 10 years aboa ba akomra na meta free binino. So Amin Adams, he's being used as a wipe to clean shit. Amin Adams, Ken Oforiata and NPP, Achim Sakawa for 7 years. Ye can't say for the Empam Oforiata when fear. Omo we are Ghana seeking you, we are no 10 years boaba, because Amin Adam Jimmy for our catcher babeta free bini. Ghana's economy is done. I say this is jandam, a propaganda. Almost shadana omu thrown into the system. Omo pese eye omo media for no be fa. Hey, munim, where the moment go back, moment go for video no, Ekufuado kra no, time Mahama call no kan ye. Amin Adams cry before eye John Mahama yes so in no kan mo boa. Economy na say, John Mahama say, say nkwasiafo we sorry a obebie books no akire. We will see what these people have done. Omonya 10 year boa ba ko no mu use no. This guy is just using his tongue to clean the shit of Oforiata. No Ghanaian should trust these people. Ghana's economy has collapsed. These are the same foolish people who just told us, say, they didn't have money. That is why they did not pay NAPCO beneficiaries. They didn't have money. That's why they couldn't recruit nurses. They know there's no money. They know the economy is a mess. They just want to have some sound bites using in opposition. That is why this foolish guy calling himself Amin Adams. In Kremonia on Kanokre, you on Kremo for papa, eh? O Kremoni be or Bemba Omia on Kanokre. Baomia down for be or Kremonibia or Muna Fiki on Kanokre. Every Muslim you see on the Baomia Nyonkono or you preko. I am telling you. Me say. Kremoni bia obehuni bia one ba omia nam one ne ya damfo bia na owi preko onye kremoni papa ebinie. This is one of the pork eating Muslims in Ghana. He's a liar because oyen kremoni papa ode mama bofom kan okura onka sase wo nchire Ghana for abra onim the mess that has been caused by Baomia and NPP. Now hade bia AC, let me show you something. Hade bia AC. You see this? ECG inaugurates new prepaid Intelligent Master System in Kumasi. The catch them say, Asantimi and Masantifo. NPP. They be a meka, me say Sebio, Oya Santini and Yakwasia. You see, ECG4 and the NPP. Do big Mahama Kron Fono, Sakwano. Me catch them before election say, meters are baumi, Napo. Ekos Sabaye no, was said do big Mahama no, or Tony na. Meters ne gu fie na every musike nyina napo deal and on it do big Mahama any haptel for and a commutia boom and na omu boom and almost sorry almost Kumasi the meter biaba ho almost friend prepaid intelligent master system meter a there be any intelligent master system meter almost the meter biaba Kumasi na sa meter na ba Kumasi no intelligent prepaid intelligent. Almost say, Oma inaugurate. They be almost starting because someone starting to Kumasi, but catch them. Ready? Me minimum cry me ya. Me say, NPP before person almost starting kwasi asemi. Omu mwa santifo. En kwasi asemi ano. Omu refrain crying. Abe inaugurate intelligent meter Kumasi. Buza almost adentra. Because they know they don't respect Asante4. Omunim say Asante4 do no musa questions. Omunim say NPP for do no mugo no. Sebio NPP hu Asante4 ni bi so yankokɔ into offering crying. Watra nkokɔ, watra joso, watra eye tech, watra eye watra eye fumesa, watra eye okrofum, watra ho nyina de aba eye de kejetia oso be lunch bibi efe no. Eye intelligent prepaid intelligent meter. Now, my main kind story in intro. NPP before Jimmy fucking Tia Assembly. The innovation prepaid master meter is set to replace the existing postpaid and prepaid meters currently in use for residential and industrial purposes. Almost says smart meter now, intelligent meter no. Sir, recently, almost prepaid meter. Almost have a sano. Mr. P, there is an interview of Dubik Mahama either at City or Joy talking about these meters. Because you said Dubik Mahama a crowd for say Yachinu Budukuno. Or no George say Ofui, that foolish guy. Only haptel for no Oma destroy ECG. Can't be our Ghana be Dubik Mahama will be Sakwano, match the Kafia. Dubik Mahama, match the Kafia or Ghana. Tell us not how NOA2 no. Kevin me say Dubik Mahama obeko jail. ECG operations about 32% ni nyina eyeka. Under Dubik Mahama. And or say some meters no the brem na nsia 300. Hey, me ma me fie. Do you know how much they buy in a week? 1,000 Ghana cedis lights. Yeah. A fear me ma me team. They buy light 1,000 Ghana cedis in less than a month. After 1.5 weeks, they have to buy 1,000 Ghana cedis credits. And these meters they are using are meters omuji end 6 months. These are the same meters at ECG the bromo. Ade chinya ECG say I or say the meter for fraba where they friend intelligent meter. Meter need to make toilet no copy part to we are not the toilet to das bi mu no abebo meter intelligent. Anajoya da no otumi si from no nkrama ne dia agro we are not akotare da ho intelligent meter. Meter otumi bu nsuo 34 bucket no de kwesi dan chi no water flowers no asa betare da. Omo the intelligent meter ba Kumasi. Intelligent meter anajo otumi ko wurom koku den otwen na wayi ni yemu bini no de abeyan kwan onum wi a na asa akotare da ho intelligent meter. Enkwasi asaba nkofo we ti Ghana edi no intelligent meter. And our case story now. Mr. Asumeni Wiafe, General Manager, Ashanti East Region of the ECG, speaking during the unveiling of the new meter at the Menchia District. Unveiling the new meter at the Menchia District Office in Kumasi said the new smart meter was anticipated. Hey, I watch it. I watch it. Come on for the mom.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No, 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 I watch it. It was for Belgium fan, it was the Belgium fan, it was two Belgium fan. Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Super, why round what? It was for Belgium fan, it was the Belgium fan, it was two Belgium fan, it was the Belgium fan. Why you're here? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? I want it. Original.
All right. I watch it. Okay, we can go back into intelligent meter. Yes, almost starting on Benjia district. Hey, now when you ebia what you can't show, you be intelligent meter. I say NPP for the Abakumase intelligent meter. And then I can't want some children. Anticipated, and the Abedruha anticipated. Now I see, Mr. Asumeni, we have General Manager Ashanti East Region of the ECG speaking during the unveiling of the new meter at the Menchia District Office in Kumasi said the new smart meter was anticipated to address the issue of power losses and enhance revenue generation. He said electricity pilferage continued to pose a significant challenge to the company's smooth operation, and that the new prepaid meter was equipped with advanced features capable of detecting tampering, commonly known as illicit power connections. Say the meter for your friend intelligent smart meter. Now intelligent smart meter no be starting what Menchia District or 24 area ho. Now meter na your friend intelligent smart meter. A meter be a sebio madana jono na esi form na ekokeje tia na akoto to store mu amanto mu store mu okeka kedo na sim smart meter madana jono ma yadeda no meter ni tumi si for no ahyehyet na okokeje tia na wakọ store bia ya nto credo bi no akesim kra say bia pure water na wan chichire na wachechire in time of for na smart meter sa betare ho smart meter no edwuma bia odin ni say e bia sebio we beifo na e bia bia akọ no anya nam oba smart meter tumi koku otwe na odi emu otwene niemade no ebini na ye nkwan esiwo na watena se atwen wode ne nsa wode abọ nkwan no de sini hwena no nti wo beifo no oba na se woni nam a na wotwa enam ni bi no wato owia na wahyehye de wakotare da no smart meter no almost smart meter ebetuma yema kumasofo ne se ebia wo de sebio abrochira nko bi da smart meter tumi sore nwumbre etumi fast etukọ akra koye ba passport no age visa na de beto kan na de be kine da ho na betare ho smart meter we nyina ye be ye no Menchia District smart meter de obi ani se nyoma bi otumi ye NPP for smart meter no nyoma bi etumi ye ne se ebia uye nipa bia ono petition pa na yaka cho sa na jo beda men nom kese nti wada no smart meter tumi e de nsuo kakra be fra petition no se na be ahomache se wo pe push up a onum a enye strong na se woni so e betetom kakra smart meter tumi ya sa nyonya no asa beda smart meter e meter bia sa meter no anadwoma da no e bia kitchen ho nkura na nam ho a why wanyim de nkura otumi wura ho na apam nkura no ebia mo ya benkwan man kata so no akata so ebi so ebia mo ya jollof na ebia beans kakra wom otumi ewrewre nchenchen se na be ya eye emmoa bi entumi te se ntafrem ba ho owrewre nchenchen no a no de de rubber kata so no akata chensitire no so smart meter tumi tire fie moda no otumi nwan so hiesi wo anopa dum so ba mutumi de bi dware ahomache no abetare ho smart meter we nyina dwuma ye no Menchia District me se NPP omu asantefo se mo jimi abotwe chechire mu kire omo waye wanyim da nkura mba
yo we are best fishermen no lo kodo no asama yi abotwe it was the Belgian fan, it was two Belgian fan, why you're why round what? Why you're why round what? Why you're why round what? Why you're super why round what? It was for Belgian fan, it was the Belgian fan, it was two Belgian fan, it was the Belgian fan, why you're why round what? 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 Every papa no, what one is the motto? 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 Why round what? Why you're why round what? I watch it. Original. I will go for bad. I want me to bad. Where you mind don't grumble.
Yo, when you mind don't grumble, yo. Into smart meter, no, smart meter is a thief. I open meter there chronometer. It is a smart idea. Smart sapon. Smart meter is smart sapon. Smart sapon a post we the say, oh, I didn't post number so na mami you. We Jimmy brutal. Akwano your post my people though. Ojo musika di we na say Mr. Smart sapon. Post ya we amfa ho baby anywhere ye dwuma so true. Time na omo research na ade no. Eduru baby no mami wuye nto mu jai koye yie. Omo ba ye no eno mu say omo beto aso anything na shift e the post so we aboa. Mr. S, get me the story. Smart sapon ka kire NPP for say or to say smart meter sapon smart meter say na tie akromfo mienu. Sa smart sapon na okoye NPP for post no on smart meter say ewifo mienu. Smart sapon say ono wakoye post ma yeto aba ni wie no ato afa ho ma amfa bebia o say oh true time na oye post ni ade no mfimfi na ne ma me wuye into jato ho koye yie into oba na dynamics na sesa and yes na o ma me wuye na oba na obeto aso no e de na wunya 50.9 oh right there go ball and before the Jimmy all right my mention story besides now, share story we na me cheche bibi munchiro. Oh, besides, where's that story? Smart sapon beka kire say ni ma me na wuye ntina eye post no. O say ohun say NPP fo na Jimmy. I have a story to show you, but me say, Mr. B, Mr. do you have that story? When you get it, just send it to me. Smart sapon. Was so why we go on enya kwase on na Paul Adomo chigina o ka kire and matter say Paul apologize to Musa Dankwa kwase obewu before 25th. Hwe Smart sapon we that NPP for koji sika 2 million. Also what ko post obebo mo wini and I'm so jimo fama no. Or say why bibia NPP benya 50.9 but omia they will carry the and NSC ate. Afia to abani we as smart sapon so oh ne maami wuye time na oye eye no post no oye research no inti mfimfi no ema no ema nyoma bi ye rough. Na maami wuye akoye yie ba ye no so beto aso. Inti ye den na wunya 50.9 ma ba omia. Mr. S, do you have the smart sapon story? Baby, I make no heavy. I me say, me chiro said the American enyatro. Sane be ya utie me every day. But say Kevin there. So who say okase obi ejimi fo a or reason to okase nipa dey ejimi fo. Mr. S, Mr. P, if you don't have it, I can move on. Him, give me the story. Smart sapon reasons, not mine. I think we had it in the archives. It's very important. Okay, team Ninja ready. When they are ready, they will send it. Now, I'm mention a story. You see this story? I am a Fuakasa, a very important CBTS way. In time before Catcher will say, NPP before Catcher will say, they are handing over a strong economy to Mahama or Bois. This is what the IMF is saying. IMF is saying, tackle energy sector deficit with bold reforms. IMF edges Ghanaians or edges Ghana. IMF Catcher Ghana for say, Your energy no. On say and the whole Ghana doom so ho. In Kofu we only doom so not to tell what check. But not do some almost 2 years. Some of them no krena yenka ye jimintra. And the man kwasi afobiti radio so no mo dadaye. On say and the whole Ghana there's doom so. These people my experience doom so for a long time. Now point and when say we for toilet ATM catch say yen compare timetable and bra. You see say right now in Ghana doom so is seriously enforced. The issue is that a kana ma batu no enye kakatwa. A car eye napo Dubik Mahama Ekufo de busuafo no abatu in the energy sector no masa me think of we sorry aben wan abobon say nye easy hwe light na edundum no mudi esie na dum so ni ho na de ni won wo de ma eye de ma eye Ekufo adon sorry muti dum so mu. And from now to time ebe so John Mahama in no bra mo be bre as a nation no dum sa mo be fam. Thank you very much Mr. S. Besides, which one is this? Besides, which video is this? It's Brian Kofu ebe mama femu no. I am a famam warning say mo energy no mo kanya no Kofu ya say no. I am a forecast mo say mo kan mo nya mo kanya mo nsem no. I am a forecast mo say mo ma mo ni nko ho na Ekufu adre ne eye ba wo mia ne napomo o ma say no. Enti dum so na mo dem no enye eye dum so physical dum so. Mo energy sector ne gu. And remember, Ekrobiano, so energy sector gu our economy gu. And they are not able to run the economy because they have been lying to you people for years. They have been lying to you people for years because omnim say move to Doni Jimmy. They also catch and say, oh, John Mahama did do so by no, John Mahama solve dum so. Yeba pako for oko parliament or smanipa aso for some ko bompire akosombo. Yeba pako for betina Ghana so oko ye o Ghana nyina we tuma solve dum so. Yeba pako for obetina Ghana so oko asori e wo Ghana nyina yeba pako for entumi ansolve e dum so. Right now no dum so no ejinem enwumbre bibie phone lines a mo bete mo masum. 90% of Ghana munyina muni kania ebia dem 3 days ebia dem 2 days ebi dem anadwo ya mene mo kase me say o ma say kuro no I am ever say on kan kire mo say mo energy sector no ba wo mia ne ba Ekufu ado ma say no o mo say bibie ni o ma say no enti so mo free power sibia ye ho be kire ye no nkofu yo mo jimi ye ka kire mo ye ka muntie ye ka bibia kire mo muntie na mo mankwasiafo anchichide ma wei ejimifo wei. Let me go back to the basics. Story way. This Ghana Web. Professor Smart Sapon's latest survey predicts Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia as likely winner of the Ghanaian upcoming presidential elections. And yet, Smart Sapon Smart Sapon is a criminal like Eddie. Smart Sapon is a criminal. Now, listen to this.
Professor Smart Sapong, the fact that you had projected that the NPP's message was being received by the people of Ghana.
Well, good evening to your good self and our cherished viewers. So, 2 things, if you ask me. 1, because as I said in my address earlier, the frequency of my expected study would not come on because I missed out on 2 different study periods due to the demise of my mother, which took most of my time in the year. So I got the opportunity to do 1 in October. I started in October 16th and terminated in November 16th. 1, because as I said in my address earlier,
Smart Sapong, the fact that you had projected that the NPP's message was being received by the people of Ghana.
Well, good evening to your good self and our cherished viewers. So, 2 things, if you ask me. 1, because as I said in my address earlier, the frequency of my expected study would not come on because I missed out on 2 different study periods due to the demise of my mother, which took most of my time in the year. Would not come on because I missed out on 2 different study periods due to the demise of my mother, which took most of my time in the year. Of my expected study could not come on because I missed out on 2 different study periods due to the demise of my mother, which took most of my time in the year. So I got the opportunity.
Sapon catch there say, ni post no, entumi nsisi so efisa na mami wuye. Erade Jacobo, ye Jimmy o, NPP there. No. NPP, obe Jimmy brutal. They say, Smart Sapon, or catch the Ghana for Smart Sapon, or try NPP for atro. Afe, ye re-election or see, oh, none of my mere would know ye research, and anything instances so who's a way Jimmy. Yeah, Smart Sapon. Sa ade we no beka kire Ghana for the NPP for NPP wini ba omia 50.2 Smart Sapon kwase asem de be kire mu ni ba omia wini 50.2 na 50.2 na nda form na omu wie na sa kwase ampan ni friend Paul Ademo kire no Paul Ademo kire omu wie na mo koma Paul Ademo kire Paul Ademo kire onu koma Paul Ademo na Paul Ademo so be gina TV so kwase ya onu so ba ye an ye gibiti muntie Paul Ademo kire
Dankwa, global, he should tune in. Tell him, send it to him, DSTV channel 277. Producer, take this out of the social media, please. DSTV channel 277 and YouTube, Good Evening Ghana. Facebook, Good Evening Ghana official. Tell Musa Dankwa, Joyce Bauer, tell Musa Dankwa to tune in right now and listen to the way the PhDs do their statistics, not the thing, that thing. Okay, please go on. You explain to me about how you get it.
Oh, kwasi ade omo ye. Kwasi afo mpenifo, omo hwe nyina agogo. Kwasi a jantre ni ba akwa ya kwachi ne se o report about Germany. Paul aboa. Paul kwasi a omo gina TV so no mo dada mo. Ade achine ato abade wie ya. Eye Smart Sapon se o na ne maame ewu ne maame wu yentina. Kwasi a we gina se ono a PhD holder. Me ka chem se mo PhD no. Ene kele wole paper eye pe majority of you mo ne na Ghana kwasi afo. Obi ti Holland ka chem some PhD na ekuta mo no nyansa ni ma kwasiafo na mbofu. Majority of PhD holders in Ghana, you are stupid. Majority of you cannot apply common sense. You so because a PhD automatically does not make him intelligent. You need to sit and analyze ahead in a thought process how his delivery is. Kwasiati says Masapo you say a PhD holder do him nyansa. Paul Kwasia kotena law school went to pass law school exams. Kwasiafo ajantre for me na be gina TV so we should come and look at PhD. Ye wie ya Kwasiafo and Paul Aboa wo gina TV so pa Musa Dankwa chew. Enti anka ye wuo bi na anka nipa be wu a anka Paul Ademo tre jantre ni be ma tese wo anka Ghana fo wu odwan o se chew ne bukom wo Paul enti anka ye wuo bi na anka ye ko wu a anka do wana nta Kwasia te se opuroba abegina anka wo kun Ghana fo aden a Kwasia bi so o ye PhD holder and Kwasia mpanyi Smart Sapon TV so say ne maame ewu ntina we nya predictions right.
Professor Smart Sapon, the fact that you had projected that the NPP's message was being received by the people of Ghana.
Well, good evening to your good self and our cherished viewers. So 2 things if you ask me. One, because as I said in my address earlier, the frequency of my expected study would not come on because I missed out on 2 different study periods due to the demise of my mother, which took most of my time in the year.
Na sa research na yo nkwa na wo ye. Intend o yare a obi anto aso. Akwa we research do ye no, ono o factor in ballot stuff no. Ono ni research no. Odu Ashanti regional no a calculate aba e beti egum no de ne maths onim yansa bia ho Radi Jacobo sa akwa we friend Professor Smart Sapon said ende no odu Ashanti regional oya ne research na o de ballot stuff na ka ho enti de oya no say we do Ashanti regional no oya calculation okay send your beti egum ma me fan ka eye e de me research no ho enti oba no kuta na adwene dada say ya tegum 500 ene na me de ka eye de me koka no ho. Into Obetnawa, no abeji almost $2 million for NPP for also okoye research, resounding one. And no nebemo elections, so JD, kwase on any thing. no abegina TV so na Paul Jimmy we on pass exams be on abrabo mu china ka Joyce Bauer call Musa Dankwa the PhDs are doing kwasiafo ya the PhD amekufo da chichidie kwasiampanyi we ya third class student economic student ekufo drug addict kwasia we Jimmy we anunsuo we oninemu abedi president enkwasiafo na de maye Sankoma, Kofi Bento, Paul Adomoche, Kwekubako, Egbert Febo, Kwame Sefa Kain, Enkwasiafo Obi, Omanyi Kobna Sante, Geli and who fear or Maryland, Equia Poki, a Jimmy 4-way Munina Ghana, say young Fachichidie we Magana, Hebi Abedu, in Gaima. Kwasiaba, Wabetina Maryland, Kwasiaba, Equia Poki, or Maryland, Kwasiako Gane. So Abenun Super. Wabe wunse sa ukunu otone pa owu te se otwen a obenya hospital adema ye wonko an ye beje wabo otwen ba wa wenim sembrim se dade sapo kwasiaba wabetena Maryland o se ho yentu galam se wo ho na wo kwasia na kwasia tribe TV so ni radio so Ghana ka che Ghana for se ye ne ati abroche ke kan kwasia asem uti Maryland nwure mu wo kan kwasia asem wenim se hohoro sapa so sapo abuofunu mo say asantefo ye nkan yasem na motetam ho Peace FM wo fin also be do America you are nobody edan a wutim unu ukunu dan mo the basement amahan aboafunu mo betena ade na wontu nkotena Ghana na mejinsa abrochire nye na mejinsa ha ye num nsupa ye jimi mejinsa ha de ye tetetete bonkum ade na wontu nko Ghana odwan ba mo tete radio sine nkwasiade jimi mo kinkan yesi eya obituary stories so be ya ade o gotena radio so a odi obetumi na mo titi radio so ade every time ye ne ya radio a che kwasia wo ti radio so che so onim journalism Equia Poki o hu fin ene wo betena bro chire sra o so na pa na do na si akonwa so na de nku afa oturum o pese o hu ye fe odwan to we gine na betena ni panim hu fin sa pofi kwasia fo te samo na mo tete Ghana ke kan kwasia sam me kai Embra yesi ye de warrant to Kevin Taylor so na kwasiaba we akofra kwasiaba ma te se den Morris Ampaw ama betra TV so and lawyer in your experience in the law no 20 years in law experience no you see a branch friend Kevin Taylor no Interpol ko fanamra na kwasiana na mpon ne nisa ponchiri tie baby ekwa na say dey there wa wunim Kevin Taylor dey Interpol din baba on the Siano Sibia judge no any warrant at all so there. The Yan say the Ghana government on the US embassy for Nakasa in Tomudu Kevin Taylor and one sabrocho I'm handed over number by tea ya chabe 3 days they can tell about me say hey mommy dying my own. Oh Equia Poki Abidjan Cleto said the end na the sra pokle na the sra over so yakoko kwasia won ade efe wa betena ayade insupa ho e pa ade efe and the utim kuna da sra wechi onya fe oba na wo fin te se ahwaka ase ai Equia we dey say efia we dey say nya den kura anye wo na why law ache enti mu nchechire ye Kevin Taylor ye say je ba for say ye mfa Interpol ye dey eya to ne so warrant o say enu efia enu asem na ye kan enu Kevin Taylor ne nipa bi asebio asem no abe out of jurisdiction enti sia no e wo say etumi ko America ne American government ne kasa enti me no kase dey acha be 3 days ye den baba so enti wo hwe experience na e be den no metumi na so na say so American citizen kura and the Interpol ni dia omunim say wabokro no ade de warrant ato so nko ade Ghana dia so mutuma ne ba so any ate ase munya mu ye jantra for ma mo ya aboatwe mo jimi aboa oba front say wabetena brochire o se mu ode meka so be kofi meka so ukunu ne meka so kotena wuranim wabetena ha betufo kwase aba ene dia wo se nkofo mbra school abrochire ukurom baby a ufri nipa guo se moa obetena ha ye asantefo ye NPP fo odwan oba ha bebia wa han bebo jantra kwotena hospital a wo se odwan no na oba tibite wonchen na obi ante wonko a one room ukuru ni nenti se woma kwase aba ma no da mpa so hwew obebo jantra beje paper tikrom ha mo bodam ohun na mo titi radio na mo gin se Ghana na no ano no because kwase aba upia bontena them lady dear lady Jimmy hey mo ayila la da mudi TV so mai se moama ye kan sama je Ghana upe upe me krama aduane odi kura e Ghana na enso mentumi fa mfidi me kraman na wote saa edan fo na akwa na sini mo mu ehyeto kuro bi mu teta wo ho ka ho na ye na ye bi lady na ye de Peace FM kwasiaba so obetra di pem ye di dey na me gin se mo ba anka mo baba me ye DC assemblyman na me gin se mo ba bo me din na nka me be se mo ye mema ne ma anka mo ba kuro mu a na mo age mic na mo bo me din ka bo se kuro mu captains wa ha oba be se bonku mu din anana nje won ya bim lady no me gin se nka be political show wona nka me see edwuma bi ni wo betuma ya wa che panko foto edwuma be na we share and the pokre na also na pa na do nesi akonwa tiri so na do for asrem ade am pesa me ye fe na me kotena TV so Ghana fo hu se meti abrochire pete ekua poki pete unfin abotwe cool me down
yo we are best fishermen no lo kodo no asomai abotwe iwo fufu bajo kwan ewa betia bajo kwan ewo tuwa bajo kwan why yo ye why round tupuno why round ewo fufu bajo kwan ewa betia bajo kwan ewo tuwa bajo kwan ewo de kwa bajo kwan why yo yell why round 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 every papa no what one is them what 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 why round why yo yeah why round I want it original I want to for bajo pat I want me to bajo pat where you man
upon it's exactly 7:57 p.m. US East Coast time. I got 3 minutes now, about 8. I got 3 minutes now, about 1. Ghana. It's been a wonderful Tuesday evening. We are not going anywhere. We will check the system. We will make sure Jandam never rises up again. Any journalist, any Ghanaian on social media, on traditional TV, radio, whichever platform, you have the right to talk about John Mahama. You have the right to criticize the John Mahama administration. But make sure whatever you say, you have the facts. You have every right to use any word or whatever. But make sure whatever you say about John Mahama, Professor Nando Pokuajiman, the John Mahama administration, you have fact backing it. I swear to God, anybody who dares, whether in Ghana, out of Ghana, tries to use their platform to denigrate people without facts, this platform will die with you. Until we make sure you are buried, we will not stop. I have started my 2025 attack on Samson Ayinini until he proves to Ghanaians that I am not credible. He will not have peace. He has murdered sleep, and he will sleep no more. As far as we are here, and all the people on my platform who are willing to be honest, speak the truth. Let me tell you, when the NEC government goes wrong, I will sit here and let them understand. When John Mahama decides not to do what is right, I will sit here and let him understand. But there's one thing that I want you to remember every time. I am not going to look on for anybody to use Jandam. Mema obia ho kwan manem fa atro and ada Ghana for. Mema obia ho kwan manem fa atro and deceive Ghana for. Mema obia ho kwan manem fa atro and John Mahama ni NDC for anymase. We will protect the NDC will protect the government. We will make sure that the right things are done. You have the right to build a platform. I don't have a problem. You have the right to criticize John Mahama. I don't have a problem with it. You have the right to be free to speak your mind. But make sure whatever you are coming up with, you have facts to support it. No room for Jandam. Jandam is dead. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. I will be back to clean the system. Tomorrow, my guys will be on TV. In Koto, Free Mind, all the team, Ransford Kebuache, they will be delivering. This is the only platform you get CNN, Al Jazeera, all the educative shows. And yet, the things that you don't get to watch on any TV in Ghana, this is the only platform you get. It is commercial-free TV. You don't have to change the channel. Tomorrow, around 11 a.m., this show will replay. So if you missed some part of the show, don't worry. You can watch the rest tomorrow. My name is Kevin Taylor. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers. Krrr, da krrr.